Of the totem pole. Where did we go wrong as a people? I think our people need to understand this with a wake-up call and give them understanding of what's going on. So bring it.
Early morning, rise up, open your eyes up, looking in the mirror, it gets no clearer. Cause we don't understand our own selves, drowning in sorrow with empty Hennessy bottles upon the shelf. Cause everybody wanna be a king, selling out their soul for this mean green cream thing. Paper chasing but not facing the facts that as a nation we all done got lax, and letting the devil control us, and thinking like them damn Africans, they sold us. We in captivity because they hold us. Work is hard with heavy burdens on our shoulders. Man, I thought we were some soldiers, but every second that I look, we getting creamed like.
Shalom, everybody.
Shalom.
Shalom to everybody online. Welcome to another live class with ISB HBK, the Israelite School of Biblical History and Practical Knowledge. I'm Priest S.O.W. We're located at 8524 South Braeswood Boulevard, Houston, Texas, 77071. Our class times are Monday and Wednesday from 7 to 10 p.m., Friday from 6 to 9 p.m., and Saturday morning Sabbath from 10 to 2 p.m. We also do our kids class that's pre-recorded and uploaded to our ISB HBK Kids channel from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. Okay? If you're in the San Antonio area, we have a school at 4219 Serenade Street, San Antonio, Texas, 78217. And they do classes from Tuesday to Saturday from 7 to 10 p.m. We also have a school in Albuquerque, New Mexico. It's located at 501 Copper Ave, Northwest, Albuquerque, New Mexico, 87102. For our school in Trinidad, the class times will be announced. Also for Austin, class times will be announced. Okay? For our live classes, you can check us out here at ISB HBK. All right, we also have our ISB HBK cable show every Saturday from 8:30 to 9:30 p.m. You can catch that live on Comcast Local Channel 17, or you can stream it live on hmstv.org. Okay, and with those shows, we upload those to YouTube also after we edit and do all those things. So you can catch them on YouTube or you can catch them live. We also have the Blog Talk Radio, and that's ran by the brothers down in San Antonio and Albuquerque, and that's www.blogtalkradio.com/Mashaba. Okay, that's MASHAHBA. So blogtalkradio.com/Mashaba. That's a good way to start your morning, good way to start your day, and that starts around 9:30 a.m. to about 11 or 12. Okay? If you need to reach any teachers here, you can reach Priest Kazakia, and his number is 281-707-2737. Okay? 281-707-2737. You can reach me at 303-557-8979. You can email us any questions or concerns at isbhpk@isbhpk.org. Okay, once again, that email has changed. So it's isbhpk@isbhpk.org. Okay? Let's see here. We've already did the raffle, right? So we already announced first, second, third place on the raffle. If you missed out, but we're gonna do it again next year. That's one of the many ways we try to raise money for the Passover that's coming up on April 1st. Okay? Let's see here. And we do, I just said it, Passover April 1st. The location is to be announced, but we definitely need your help with that. So whatever you want to give towards the Passover, that's going to go towards the location, the lambs, and all that fun stuff. Okay? So whatever you want to give, remember, that's April 1st. For your Passover garment, get your money in if you want a garment. Go to Facebook, search Israel Wear, send a message saying I want a garment. You'll get some details on how to get your garment. There will be a cutoff. Do we know what the cutoff is?
Not yet.
Not yet. There will be a cutoff. So they're not going to be making Passover garments all the way up until April 1st. So if you want a Passover garment, you want to be you want to be unified. If you feel like you're affiliated with us, get your money in for a Passover garment. Okay. If you have any Israel wear orders that have been put in, that's going to be on pause until the 15th of April. Okay. Before the Passover, we have Purim on March the 16th. Okay. We have Purim on March the 16th. Again, if you feel like you're affiliated with us, if you're in the Houston area, get with us. Come and the scriptures tell us it's a holy convocation. We need to come together, right? Forsake not the assembling of yourselves, as the manner of some do. Gather together, O nation not desired. All right. So that's what the Most High commands us to do. So if you're available and you want to commemorate the Most High's holy days, and you want to do it in style, you want to do it in unity, definitely get with us. Hit us up. Let us know. We'll give you the details as the time approaches. We also do our Penny Wars contests. For anybody that wants to participate with that, that also helps to raise money for the Passover. All right, the winners, the males we get, or the brothers we get, any garment that we want made. And if the sisters win, then the brothers have to pay for them to go out. Right, we got to pay for a night out of town, and we got to babysit. Right, so that'll probably be me babysitting if we lose. Right? Yeah. If obviously, if you want any custom-made garments, any unity garments, your Passover garment, go to Facebook, search Israel Wear, contact the sisters. Again, the unity and Passover garments are on hold. Or unity and any type of custom garment, that's on hold until the 15th of April. For your donations, any form of contribution is welcome. Any form of contribution is needed. We thank everyone that's been helping with the books, any type of supplies, school supplies, pens, papers. You'll be surprised, man, how sparingly pens become when you got a classroom full of people, and notebooks and pens and pads. People come, we don't hoard it. They come, they need a paper, they need a pad, they need some pens. We let them take it. So it goes for the education of our people. Whoever comes in and doesn't have these things, we give it unto them. So keep donating those things. We need them. Dictionaries, apocryphers, Bibles, Bible dictionaries, computers, cars, clothes, whatever you can give. If we don't use it here, we send it out to the community. We donate it back to the community. So it's always going to go to a good use. All right. For any monetary donations, we do have the Wells Fargo account. That number is 101-580-6167. Okay, so that's for your monetary donations. You can put money there, or if you're technology savvy, we have the Google Wallet under isbhpk@gmail.com. Okay. So it looks like I covered everything. Yeah, for the Passover, remember the Passover's coming up quick. Today is what? 5th?
February 5th.
Yeah, today's the 5th. So, I mean, what we got? A month? What we got? Yeah, I mean, cause we can't be preparing on the day of.
We got 23 more days this month.
Yeah, there's only 28 days in this month, and then March, right? And then it's on the 1st. So yeah, I mean, we got a month and a half if you want to call it. So whatever you want to get in, if you want to participate, book your tickets from now, do all that stuff from now. That way it ain't last minute. But definitely get your Passover garment money in. Brothers in here that need to get their Passover garment money in, contact the sisters, find out how much you owe. Let's get it in. Well, we're going to open it up for questions. We're going to open it up for questions, all right? I'm gonna hold that. Let me see. I'm gonna hold this question until Kazan gets here. I mean, we go through this all the time. You know, the mark of the beast, the end times. I mean, we've been going through that. Yeah, we got classes. See if we can send anything out on that. I mean, we got.
We got the beast. We got the seal.
Yeah, we've been beating that to death. I know I know you're probably new to watching us, but we've been going over that a lot. Yeah, we've been beating that to death as far as the end time. We went over that during the Sabbath, just talking about what was going to happen in the end. We go through that a lot. If you could find a video to put up on there for them. Yeah, we've been hammering that topic. We've been hammering that topic to death. Do you know the way, brothers? That's funny. Yeah, Christ is the way. Christ is the way, the truth, and the light, right? That's the way. That's the only way. That's the only way. What's up with Trump? Like Donald Trump? Yeah, I mean, we that's the thing. We went in detail. I mean, she'll send the link, but it's in detail. I mean, if you're talking about Donald Trump, he's just a white man doing what a white man does. Right? Being a deceiver. Right? He's doing his job. And what he's doing also, the one thing about Trump is that people felt comfortable. People felt comfortable with backing him, so what did it do? It brought out all their racist, the one white friend you thought you had, right? The one Edomite friend you thought you had that was for black people. His whole cards was played when Trump started running for president. Why? Because then they back on that Make America Great Again.
Right.
You see that? Make America great by what? By building a wall? By building a wall and then making Mexico pay for it, right? Yeah, that was their thing. Or by mocking our Ephraimite brothers and sisters during the flood, during the hurricane, by throwing bounty tissue towards them, like that was going to do a damn thing. Like, what the hell is that going to do? What was bounty tissue going to do in a flood, in a hurricane? Well, what was it doing? It was bringing out Trump's true side. And he's shooting free throws with bounty. Like, come on. So, and what does that do now? Everyone that voted for him, it showed what they were really about. So, I mean, when you ask what's up with Trump, he's just a white man doing what the white man do. Oppressing your ass, keeping you a slave, and then mocking you on top of that. What were you going to say?
No, I was seeing something today regarding, they had, I guess it was a commercial during the Super Bowl. And it had like a white and black kid, right? And I guess they had some type of, unity type vibe. But they had all these Edomites and these supporters of Trump that was like, nah, man, America was born white. And they said it's a white Christian nation. And it's always going to be that. Yeah, man, so they started bringing out this, diversity is when America went down in the dumpster. So it's bringing out their real emotions. Via obviously Trump in office to where everybody feels as if they can say what they want to say now, finally, without any stress. But that was pretty funny though, I saw that today. But that's definitely different from, a lot of people trying to conceal their emotions and...
Somebody got to find me the scripture where it says, as a king is, so are his officers. Okay. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, all Trump is doing is just bringing out how America really feels about you. If you want to really know about Trump, I mean, he ain't nobody special though.
Ecclesiastes chapter 10.
You got it?
God.
Read.
A wise judge will instruct his people.
Right.
And the government of a prudent man is well ordered. As the judge of the people is...
Right? See, Trump is the judge of the people, right? I mean, he ain't my judge.
Right.
But he's the judge of this wicked-ass America. He's a judge of this garbage society. So it says, as the judge of the people, go ahead.
So are his officers.
So are his officers. So guess what? If you want to know what Trump is about, look at the people that support him. Look at his supporters. They're racist as hell, right? Don't like black folks. Don't like Mexicans. Make America great. America will never be great. America will never be great. It never was great. It was all a facade. It was all a lie. America made it great through the media and through televising things and making other countries look bad. America was never great. But they'll push this agenda, make America great. But again, look at Trump. If you want to really know what Trump is about, look at his people. Look at his minions that follow him. Go back and watch all the Trump rallies and look at the rioting, right? Look at all the racism that they were spewing at our people for not wanting to deal with Trump, or for even saying Trump was a racist. I mean, again, I don't really look into what Trump is doing because I don't really give a damn, right? I don't care. All I know is he's changing policies, right? We talked about it. He's changing the capital of Israel to Jerusalem. He's doing things like that where, first of all, you don't even have the right. You don't even have the right. But guess what? If Trump says, where you at?
Ecclesiastes, chapter 12 and verse 10.
What you got?
Never trust thine enemy.
See? I like that. Because what is Trump? Nah, don't sit.
Our enemy.
What is he?
Our enemy.
Read it again.
Never trust thine enemy.
Read.
For like as iron rusted.
Like as what?
Iron rusted.
Because iron is going to rust. Go ahead.
So is his wickedness.
Yeah. Because your enemy, like iron rusted, your enemy is always going to be wicked. Y'all understand that? So, I mean, if you want to know about Trump, don't trust Trump. I mean, we ain't sitting here talking about go vote. We ain't dealing with that. The scriptures tell you that the judge of the people are supposed to be of your nation. You see that?
Good.
So, I mean, if you ask about Trump, I mean, what about him? He's doing what he's supposed to do. He's doing exactly what he's supposed to do. I hope that he pisses off enough countries to where they just start blowing everything up. That's what I hope. I hope Trump is that cat where it's like push the button. Let's get up out of here. I hope Trump is that set it off dude, right? Where he just angers Putin and pisses off old boy from Iran. I hope he just makes them so mad that they're like, yeah, we're going to bomb this country. That's what I want. I want Trump to be that guy. What's up?
I think you know the scripture. I don't know it by heart. When the Most High was talking about all the nations that are over here, they're going to begin to remember what they did to their country, and then they're going to be attacking it. You know what I'm saying?
Are you talking about Revelations? I think I know what you're talking about.
Because all these countries, like right now, this is the big melting pot.
Yeah, this is the gay melting pot.
Right, and they're going to start remembering. They're going to start tearing up stuff.
Yeah. So, I mean, you asking about Trump, man. This is the gay melting pot. America. We don't care about Trump. Trump is doing what Trump is supposed to do.
He said good looking, all praises to the Most High.
Yeah, Trump is supposed to keep you oppressed, keep you pissed, keep you feeling mad about racism and oppression. That's what he's supposed to do. He's doing what the white man's supposed to do. Like, you know, he's doing what he's supposed to do. He's doing what the Most High put him there to do. But we're supposed to be coming back to the laws and statutes. We're not supposed to be worrying about this nation. Right? We're supposed to be coming back to the Most High. We're supposed to be trying to separate. Go to Revelations real quick. Because we can worry about Trump all day. We can worry about the other nations all day, but what about us? This is my thing. I always flip it back to what about us? Right. I'm going to always do that. I don't care. Because it don't matter. We know what they've been doing, right? What have they been doing?
Lying, stealing.
Yeah. And for how many years?
Forever.
Since the beginning. So when are we going to say, you know what?
Since the beginning of the end.
Let's get up out of that. Let's get up out of it and do what we have to do. Revelations 18:4 real quick.
Revelations chapter 18, verse 4.
Go ahead. This is what we should be doing. Go ahead.
And I heard another voice from heaven saying,
Go ahead.
Come out of her.
Do what?
Come out of her.
Wait. Stay with her.
Come out of her.
Wait. Do what she says.
Come out of her.
Fall victim to what she's doing.
Come out of her.
Join to her.
Come out of her.
Read.
My people.
My what?
My people.
Go ahead.
That ye be not partakers of her sin.
Go ahead.
And that ye receive not of her plagues.
Yeah, this is what we should be worrying about, how we don't receive these plagues. How do we stay away from these plagues? Brothers is getting the plagues of the mind, the plagues of the body. How do you not fall victim to, when dealing with the end, if you want to go there, and when it gets hard, the famines and the wars and the rumors of war, how do I not fall victim to all the propaganda that's going to be out there? I gotta cling to the Most High. I gotta come out of her. I gotta get away. I gotta separate from this nation, from this country. You got your hand up, Jeremiah. What's up? Oh, okay, yeah. So that's what we should be doing. This is what we should be focused on, is how do I achieve my crown? Trump is going to do what Trump do. His people, they're going to do what they do. You got to be worried about how to stay clear of what Trump is doing and how to stay clear of his minions. You understand that? You got anything else?
I got it.
What's that?
I have one. Why do some camps claim to be part of the elect when 2 Corinthians 10 and 12 and 13 tell us not to make ourselves part of that number?
Well, because they're not reading that scripture. That's why. You can't claim, the scriptures tell us not to, like Paul said it, right?
Go ahead and go to the scripture.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Paul said that, right? Yeah, let's go there. I mean, obviously they're not reading it. But read that.
2 Corinthians chapter 10 and verse 12.
Uh-huh.
For we dare not make ourselves of the number,
Right?
or compare ourselves with some that commend themselves, but they measuring themselves.
So what we try to do here, and we talk about this a lot. There's a lot of camps doing a lot of stuff that'll make us perfect. But what we try to do is try to not do that.
Right.
And know that we're trying to strive for perfection, and in that day, oh Lord, I want to be in that number. Right? So otherwise, as the scriptures tell you, go ahead, it's going to tell you.
Or not wise.
Right, it tells you right there, they're not wise. Because you don't know. And I think that's what motivates the puffed upness, being puffed up a lot. A lot of brothers act like they already made it when that's not the case. Go ahead.
But we will not boast of things without our measure.
Yeah, because it's out your measure to know where you stand. It's out your measure to know if you are going to be chosen. And it's out your measure to know what the hell is going to happen to you the next day. Go ahead.
But according to the measure of the rule which God had distributed to us.
Right. We gotta, you know what that measure is? Keep the work. Keep doing the work. Abide in thy labor. So we shouldn't be doing that. So they that are doing it are unwise. Period. All right?
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with hoping.
Right.
There's nothing wrong with, because we put in that work in the hopes that we make that number.
Right, of course.
There's nothing wrong with, like, man, I hope I hope to be at a number, but yeah, when you're just blatantly saying, yeah, we're the elect,
Right.
it's like, nah, bro, because the scriptures plainly say it.
Yeah. Right. All right, what else we got? Yes, sir.
Okay, in Matthew chapter 10 and verse 3, I wanted to know why was all Jerusalem scared with Herod? Why were they afraid, for concerning the birth of the King of the Jews, which we know is Yahushua.
You talking about 2?
Matthew 10 and 3.
Matthew chapter 2
2 and 3, I'm sorry.
and verse 3.
Come.
Matthew chapter 2 and verse 3.
We got to read that verse 1.
Verse 1. Now when Yahushua was born in Bethlehem of Judea in the days of Herod the king, behold, there came wise men from the east to Jerusalem, saying, where is he that is born king of the Jews? For we have seen his star in the east, and are come to worship him. When Herod the king had heard these things, he was troubled, and all Jerusalem with him.
So what's your question?
Like why was I understand why Herod was why he was scared hearing about the king of the Jews being born, but why would all Jerusalem why would they be scared? You know what I'm saying?
Well, they were troubled. So the word trouble denotes bother. So you think about it, not everybody's bothered, not everybody's gonna go going crazy in a negative way, but woe to you that desire the day of the Lord. So the mentality of the people was it was troubling.
Right.
It don't necessarily have to be in a negative way. For the Gentiles, it was a negative way. For the wicked, it was in a negative way. But for the righteous, did they fear? Was it still troubling? Yeah, but in a good way, right? Right. So we know that the Gentiles knew they were scared because the king of the Jews. This prophecy's been going on for how long, right? Then the Pharisees, it says, he come and he's going to take our place out of this kingdom. They were sellouts. Find me that. But the Pharisees had said that basically Christ was going to come and take their place out of their authority away. So they were scared because they were sellouts. But then the righteous fear, like now, just like right now. Are we troubled?
Good.
Yeah, but we want Christ to come back.
Right.
But if when you sit down and you be thinking about it, you be like, you get troubled. You're like, damn. It's like I want him back, but I need to do more works. Like if he came back right now, I'm not worthy. So that when you look at it like even now, you see how we're all troubled. Everybody's going to be troubled. But some are troubled in a bad way and some are troubled in an anxiety good way. Right? Right. So I thought it was in John. Hold on. Watch. Yeah, because the Pharisees, man, they were... Yeah. Exactly. Yep.
That trouble says in the Strong's a certain affinity almost like so it's like an uncertain feeling. It's like
anxiety.
Yeah, this boy's like
it's anxiety.
This is really gonna happen.
That's why I said it's not in the sense of when you look at it. That can only be applied in one way. No, the wicked are going to be troubled because they're finna die.
Plus, if they're joined with Herod, they're going to be troubled because of the fact that they know he's going to lose his rulership.
Yep.
And if they're joined with that, whether it be because you have some Israelites joined with that, 11 and 48.
Right.
Yeah, Israelites join with him in that mentality, so they're like, well, damn, if he's losing his place, what's going to happen to us?
That's
here.
Yeah, exactly. Go ahead.
St. John chapter 11, verse 48.
Yes, sir.
If we let him thus alone, all men will believe on him.
Right, so we got to stop this guy because he's converting everybody.
Right. You should start at 45.
Go ahead. Where you at?
Start at 45.
11 and what?
11 and 45. St. John 11 and 45.
God. Then many of the Jews which came to Mary and had seen the things which Yahushua did believe on him.
Go ahead.
But some of them went their ways to the Pharisees and told them what things Yahushua had done.
Yeah, see, they told the Pharisees, like, look at this cat over here. Look what he's doing. You see that? They were trying to give him a bad name. Mm-hmm. Some of the Jews went away like, damn, Barakatah Yahweh. Right. And the other cats went away hating. Straight up haters. Like, man, look at this cat. We gonna go tell these Pharisees that this dude's over here twisted and breaking the law. Right? Go ahead.
Verse 47. Then gathered the chief priests and the Pharisees a council.
Right, so they started a council, right? Go ahead.
And said, what do we, for this man doeth many miracles? If we let him thus alone.
Yeah, we keep letting him do these miracles, and converting these peoples and having these people believe on him and the Most High? Go ahead.
All men will believe on him.
Yeah, all men, they're going to believe on him. They're no longer going to look at us. We're no longer going to get the glory. Because what did Christ say that the Pharisees were about? They're about that vain glory. Right, when you read in Matthew, right? Matthew 6. They were about doing things for other men's praise. Right? They wanted men to call them rabbi, rabbi. Right? They were praying in the open, make fasting so people could see. Go ahead.
And the Romans shall come and take away both our place and nation.
You see that? So they were worried about losing their place in the nation.
Their fictitious power that was given by man. You know, just like, why do you think these politicians and Democrats or Republicans, they try to get you to vote to keep this system running? So, but you see it, right? You see the anxiety that they had, right? And then we can go to the next scripture. It says, woe to you that desire the day of the Lord. Right? What day shall it be for you? But we desire the day of the Lord. But then that anxiety gets in us to where we're troubled and we're like, dang, am I doing enough? Or what about when I messed up here and I did this? Is the Most High going to forgive me for that? So that trouble comes in you also. And the trouble's definitely in the bowels of the white man in America, because they know, what did it say, not knocking on heaven's door. Yeah, they finna be taken out of power, so that's why they're scared. What you got?
Amos chapter 5 verse 18.
Uh-huh.
Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord.
Right.
To what end is it for you?
Right.
The day of the Lord is darkness and not light.
And that's what you got to remember. Everybody already knew that the earth was destroyed by water. So everybody's waiting for this prophecy of the earth is going to be destroyed by fire. So like we were talking about the other day in Sabbath class, a lot of people thought, oh, this is the time where will thou again at this time restore the kingdom to Israel. Right? That's what they thought. So that's where that anxiety was coming in. Everybody was fearing, man.
It was off.
Huh?
And they knew secretly they were off.
Yeah, they knew in their heart. Yeah. I mean, you get that, right, Ak?
Good.
Okay. You got anything else?
Yeah, I had a couple questions. I mean, let somebody else get something for it.
Is anybody online?
Yeah, they got one online.
What we got online? Then we'll come back to you, Yar.
Can you explain John chapter 9 and verse 39 to 41?
Come.
That sounds
Good.
Go ahead.
John chapter 9 verse 39.
Yeah, 9 and 39 to 41.
Come. John chapter 9 and verse 39. And Yahushua said, for judgment I am come into this world, that they which see not might see, and that they which see might be made blind. And some of the Pharisees which were with him heard these words, and said unto him, are we blind also? Yahushua said unto them, if ye were blind, ye should have no sin. But now ye say, we see, therefore your sin remaineth.
So how do you answer the Pharisees' question? Are they blind?
Good.
Yeah, they're blind. They're blind because they're seeing it, but they don't want to see it. Right? Go to Isaiah. Go to Isaiah real quick. So read it again while they're looking for that, so we could get it from the top.
Isaiah chapter 9 and verse 39. And Yahushua said, for judgment I am come into this world, that they which see not might see.
Right. So for judgment, he's come into this world that they would see not. Right? He says in Acts 17, I think it's 17:39, to open up the eyes of the blind. He tells you in Isaiah to open up the eyes of the blind. Right? But remember, this is twofold, because he's literally going to do that, power-wise, but he's also talking about your spiritual eye. Right? So he come to open up your eyes. Go ahead. 12 tribes.
Come. That they which see not might see.
Uh-huh.
And that they which see might be made blind.
Right, and they which see might be made blind, meaning that they're going to be revealed that they don't believe. So now it's as though they're blind. Like, you don't see all this stuff going on here? No, I don't see it. Hear no evil, see no evil. They don't see nothing. Right? So it's revealed that they're blind. Go ahead.
Verse 40.
Uh-huh.
And some of the Pharisees which were with him heard these words.
Right. Was that it on that?
Lie.
Go ahead.
And said unto him, Are we blind also?
Right.
Yahushua said unto them.
Now he's talking about physically. Watch. See, Yahushua did this a lot. He answered their question, but he answered it in a way that they didn't understand it. See, they asked him, Are we blind also? Right?
Come.
Look at what he says. Go ahead.
Yahushua said unto them, If ye were blind, ye should have no sin.
Right.
But now ye say, We see, therefore your sin remaineth.
Right. So, if you were literally blind, you probably would be good. Right. But because you see and you don't see, that's why the sin is on you. Because you see all what's going around here. You see what filth is happening here.
Don't play.
Right?
You know you was peeping on that woman when she was committing adultery? You know you was watching?
Right, exactly. Gosh. It's real, man.
It's Jeremiah 5:22.
Go there.
Yeah, go to Jeremiah 5:22. Yeah, I think this is the
Jeremiah chapter 5, verse 21.
Yeah.
Come on, Jeremiah chapter 5, verse 21. Hear now this, O foolish people, and without understanding, which have eyes and see not.
Right? See, you see that? So that's what he's saying. You got eyes, but you don't see. You don't see the destruction. You don't see the homosexuality running rampant and taking over the black man and the black woman. You trying to tell me you don't see that? You don't see that how every movie, series, TV show is geared to indoctrinate your children to be a homosexual.
Right.
Indoctrinate you to deal with drugs. Right? Indoctrinate you to believe in America. Indoctrinate you to put the trust in the beast. Right? Indoctrinate you to get the mark of the beast.
Right.
Right? You don't see that? You trying to tell me, oh, you're still voting? You don't see that it's not working? Right? You don't see that? Read it again.
Come.
Uh-huh.
Hear now this, O foolish people,
Uh-huh.
and without understanding,
Right?
which have eyes and see not.
Hold on. Go ahead.
No, and that's the thing, what made us foolish? It's just like, it's no different than you see I was on Facebook the other day, man, and this dude was on there and he had his like WWE belt and he had his USA hat and he was like, this is a Judite. He was like, screw all you that didn't vote for Trump. America is great. This is the greatest nation. He was like going in. Right? It's just like Kazaki is saying. It's like, wait a minute. You don't see what the hell's been going on here? You don't see the rape, murder, pillage of your people? You don't see the homosexuality. You don't see the sex dolls. You don't see the baby sex dolls. You don't see the transgender, the pansexual. You don't see all this? But America is great and Trump is the man? You lack understanding. You are blind. You might as well be blind. You might as well be blinded. Because if you don't see what's going on and you think it's great, there's something going on with you. Go ahead, read on. There's something going on.
Hey, what was the main question, scripture?
John 19 and 39 through 41.
1939.
Oh, yeah, that was online. Through 41, yeah.
Okay. Go ahead. And you're at where?
Jeremiah chapter 5, verse 21.
Go ahead.
It says, which have ears and hear not.
Right, and they have ears. They hear the cries. They hear the bloodshed. But they're in denial. They're in denial.
That's why they won't make it, though.
Yeah.
That's why they won't get that seal. That's why in Ezekiel it says, set the mark on them that cry on that side.
Right.
Because it was not about just seeing it. It was actually having like the scriptures say, for the hurt of my people, for the hurt of the daughter of Zion, I am hurt.
Right.
Right. You have to have that compassion. You have to have that hate for iniquity. You have to have that hate for evil, right? Like David said, I hate them that hate you. But if you just sit back and you're good with it, you ain't gonna make it.
Did you finish that out?
Con.
Matthew 13:16, and then somebody else get Isaiah 6 and 9.
I got Matthew 13:16.
Read that.
Matthew chapter 13 and verse 16.
Right.
But blessed are your eyes, for they see,
Right.
and your ears, for they hear.
Yeah. See, you're blessed because you hear, you see, you're aware. Even though you're stubborn sometimes, it comes in there. You're like, you know what? That's right. I'm tripping.
You got that basic understanding.
Yeah. You can't deny it. So, but they straight out get you out of the way. That's what they say in Isaiah 30. Get you out of the way. I'm going back in Egypt. You know, like you said, Trump is great. America's great. That's what they believe, man.
Like Christ can't come down and tell me nothing. I'm gonna take it from Trump.
Yeah.
Like Benjamin.
Yeah.
He said Christ himself wouldn't be able to tell me nothing. I'm gonna listen to Trump. That's wild. But think about the mentality you have to be in to think that. First of all, what the hell has Trump done? He ain't do nothing good. When you really look at it, he hasn't done anything good or bad. Right? He hasn't done anything good or bad. He's just now filling a position. He ain't done nothing. He just got here. Right? He just got here. What has he done so great? But then when you look at it, what has he done bad? Except for be born into a nation of evil.
Well, let me say this. He's perpetuated the beast. He's perpetuated the system. So, you know, I gotta, on that, he has done bad.
Yeah, being a part of it. Yeah.
Being a part of the beast, perpetuating it, lying. You got to understand how much they know and they don't want to speak on, and they want to keep going in the ideas and thought process of America. These demons know. There's secrets that they know when they get their little packet. You know what I mean? And they briefing. They know, dang, this is real. That's what happened to him. He thought this was just going to be another day, you know, peon stealing and robbing. He's really realizing, wow, it's more corrupt than I thought. Yeah, he knows a lot more, and he's putting his hand into the things that he knows is blood and death. You're going to jump up to verse 14.
Good. Say Matthew chapter 13 and verse 14. And in them is fulfilled the prophecy of Isaiah.
Right.
Which saith, by hearing ye shall hear.
Right.
And shall not understand.
Right.
And seeing ye shall see. And shall not perceive.
Yeah, that's the thing. Because it ain't meant for them. They don't want it. It's not in their blood. They don't want to see it. That's why you gotta ask yourself, what are you holding on to when you get in that mode? You know what I mean? You gotta think about it. That's why I tell my ribs all the time, like, get up out of the moment and understand the big, like, you gotta look at the bigger picture at times, because sometimes you be in the moment and you don't realize that the picture's bigger than just you and your little soap opera with you and your husband. You know what I mean? You get in your little soap opera moment, I'm not doing this anymore. Okay, do you know what's gonna happen here?
Right.
Like, do you see what's going on with the kids? So it's almost like you gotta start back with the basics again and show them, okay, you want your child to be a faggot? Right. A transvest, you know what I mean? You gotta, like, you're street speaking again. It's like, you forgot what we're fighting for? Because we get so narrowed down in affliction, and it's like, you're looking around, you're like, why am I doing this? And then you got to bring them back, take them through a 360 view and show them America's wicked. The white man's lied to you. This system is corrupt. Look at what they're doing to our kids, our family, our household, our nation. And then yeah, right. Now I remember why I'm fighting. But even all that, the wicked, the ones that love this, will not see. Go ahead.
For this people's heart is waxed gross.
Yeah, gross means dark. It's covered, it tells you in Isaiah, they're covered with thickness, a thick darkness over them. Right? Because they love wickedness, they love lies, they're comfortable. Go ahead.
and their ears are dull of hearing.
Yeah, they're dull of hearing. Some of them, man, are complacent. They're with it, you know. They're down with it. They're you know what? But we've been fighting for over 400 years. Just go with it this time.
It's easier that way.
Yeah, they gave up. They gave up. Yeah, they jump up. Yeah, but they just gave up. They don't want to fight no more, man. That's why it says in Genesis 49, who shall rouse him up? Right? Who's going to raise up Judah? Who's going to spark him? Think about it. It's only going to take 144,000. That's not a lot. But the children of Israel is as the sand of the sea. They're as the sand of the sea, but I'm only going to say the governing body is 144,000. That's not a lot. You see? So, but then again, look how hard it is to get 144,000 sealed.
I thought about that.
You can't even get 10 brothers together to do the
Yeah.
flyers. You know,
Yeah.
it's rough. It's rough.
144,000 is still work. Yeah. Go ahead.
And their eyes have closed. They
Right.
have closed.
Uh-huh.
Lest at any time they should see with their eyes
Right.
and hear with their ears
Right.
and should understand with their heart.
Yeah, see, and that's the thing. They're not feeling what their people are going through. Back, like he quoted in Ezekiel 9:4, for the hurt of, in Jeremiah 8:21. They don't feel hurt. They're not looking, they're getting in their car and riding, and then they're people on the corners, they just, like the white man, like, it's nothing. They go through the hood and they see him selling drugs, they see the crackheads running up to the car. Man, can I get some money for a cheeseburger? They're not there. They're not like, wow, man, our people are suffering. It's almost like, oh, another day at work, Bob.
Yeah.
Right? It's that American mentality, man.
Yeah, because they know that it takes work just to change it. That's the thing. Our people don't want to. I mean, you can go, but our people don't want to put in the work that it takes to change it. Because there's two things. You got to first look at you. They don't want to do that. And then you got to actually go in, and when you change, then you change others. But we don't want to put in that work. We want to get it easy, do our 9 to 5, right?
Yeah.
Watch the Super Bowl, sit back, drink our gin and juice, sit in the couch after a long day at work, go to bed.
On the couch.
Yeah, and just repeat it. We just want to be lazy. When it all really comes down to it, we just got a lazy mind state where we don't want to put in that work it takes to get up off our ass first to motivate us.
It's like all the superhero movies, man. Who's the superheroes? Was it everybody, or was it just one cat that stood up, was bold, had a backbone, was about something good and righteous, right? But that's us. That's us. That's why I keep telling Zion, that's the way you see it. You know why? Because everybody don't see it like that. Everybody's not going to be as diligent and focused and excited about it as you. You're not going to have that. You know what I mean? You're only the chosen, or the ones that we think is chosen, right? Those are the only ones. Everybody else is, yeah, I'm not that enthusiastic about it as you. What?
With 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 10 about he sends strong delusions. Would that go with this? Just about how people are just blind and how the Most High.
Yeah, that does. Just let's finish this. Go ahead.
And should be converted.
Huh?
And should be converted.
And should be what?
Converted.
Yeah, see, because if they would listen, if they would hear, if they would let their heart be open up to the pain and suffering their people are going through, and to see what is pain, then they would actually see these things. You know, you got to think about it. There's brothers and sisters, there's our people that don't even give a damn about their kids. They don't care about their kids going out there being whoremongers, sluts, whores, drug dealers. They don't even care about their kids. Just go to sad way to look at it, but I'm gonna have to say it this way. Go to a buffet. Go to a Chinese buffet and look at how many are people there. Their kids is running over, eating crabs, ice creams, it's like, the kids is like, Issachar. Oh my God.
Sloppy.
Issachar, yeah, they don't even give it. Yeah, it's like, you don't see how fat this damn kid is?
Right.
And you just let him? He coming, I mean, there's this kid that just had food all over his mouth. He's bigger than, he's half the size of his mama. It's because they don't care. Nobody gives a damn. It's like, this is America, do what you like, do what you feel. And you're just going to let him kill himself. Diabetes at 15.
It says like on Mari, these having little fat kids.
Yeah, man, it's bad. Anybody here got an Apple charger? Go ahead, read on.
And I should heal them.
Right. See, if they would open up a little bit, they would be healed. But our people don't want it. So, you know, I don't say it a lot, but it's like Yeshaya says, man. He said, he said, you can't worry about these niggas. These niggas are wicked as hell. Yeah, Yeshaya he don't hold no guns, no holding back. I'm like, yeah, Yeshaya, but he, you know, he's like, Zaki, you can't save everybody. And I'm like, God, that's true. It's true. But it's like, dang. It's like, man, he's right. There's a lot of wicked Israelites that don't want to change. You finish that? Okay, that was in Matthew 13. Go to Isaiah 6, verse 9. Go ahead and read that.
Isaiah chapter 6, verse 9. And he said, go and tell this people, hear ye indeed, but understand not.
Right.
And see ye indeed, but perceive not.
Right. You don't even perceive it. That's how thick and dark our people's brains are. And if you let them, they will take your crown from you. That's why he said, when they make their faces as iron, you make yours as flint. Because Israel will be stubborn as hell and try to convince you otherwise. That's why you gotta keep moving in the spirit, man, because Israel is hard-headed as hell. Go ahead.
Verse 10. Make the heart of this people fat.
Right.
And make their ears heavy.
Make their ears heavy. Go ahead.
And shut their eyes.
And do what?
Shut their eyes.
Yeah, that's how our people, man. The Most High shut their eyes. Go ahead.
Lest they see with their eyes. And hear with their ears.
Right.
And understand with their heart.
Right.
And convert and be healed.
Right.
And do what?
Convert and be healed.
Our people don't want to do what?
Convert and be healed.
Our people don't want to convert from their ways. That's the key. Yeah. They don't want to change. It's easy to be on welfare. It's easy to sell drugs to your mama. It's easy to do drugs. It's easy to roll a blunt. It's easy. But when it comes to expressing yourself about your problems, that's hard. I don't know how to talk. Right? When it comes to getting those demons worked out of you, I ain't doing that. Bible, I ain't dealing with that. It's excuses. Ain't that the white man's book? Ain't that the white man's blunt that you wrote? What you think, a black man created Swishers and Phillies? Like, come on, it's real though.
You know what? But you will see when your kids are twitching and little faggots, because the Most High gave them over to that spirit.
Switch hitting.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, see, I like. I want to tell y'all something. I want to confess something.
I want to hear it.
I only use the examples because the Bible does. It's not to mock brothers. It's not to make fun of men that went through this or women that went through these things that I bring up. But even the scriptures say it's examples to the intent that you won't lust after wicked things. We had a brother like that, and his son's a faggot. But instead of him learning from that, he want to get high, do drugs. Like, you don't see the Most High turn your children to faggots. You know what I mean? It's the scripture I gave this brother today. Go to Hosea. Yeah, go to Hosea. Yeah. Yeah, Hosea 4. Were you?
Yes.
That's funny.
Yeah, it's Hosea 1 and 1
No, it's Hosea 4 and 12. Because go ahead and read it.
Hosea chapter 4, verse 12.
Uh-huh.
My people ask counsel at their stocks.
Right. Because why is it happening? Because you ask counsel from what you believe in. It goes back to what Zion was going over the other day. You put these things before the Most High. You ask counsel for foolishness and from another nigga that's smoking weed and doing drugs, or a dumbass mom, or a dumbass dad, or a dumbass friend. You know, those are like gods. Go ahead.
And their staff declareth unto them.
Go ahead.
For the spirit of whoredoms have caused them to err, and they have gone a whoring from under their God.
Right. You see that? Go ahead.
They sacrifice upon the tops of the mountains.
Yeah, this is what Israel do, man. We how many examples do we use all the time? I know y'all be thinking we're taking shots, but we're not. It's real. How many times you in the world went super niggerism out there in the world? But when it comes to the truth, you want to second question and guess everything. You want to challenge. You want to debate. But for the world, you did what? You bent over, tucked your ass in your head, and what? You went out. If you were a thug, you went super thug. I'm a super killer. If you were a drug, I went super drug dealer. If you were a sellout nigga, you put the tightest suit on, put the tightest tie on, and what? Yeah, you shuck and jive. You put the what they call it, the monkey suit. You put it on. And you did what? You got some panties under those. Why? Because you were hardcore for it. It's real. We see it all the time. But then when you come into truth, it's like you bow down to all these other gods, but when it comes to the Most High, now you want to have discrepancies. This is the problem with Israel. Go ahead.
And burn incense upon the hills.
Yeah, you willingly. You burn the incense. You doing all the wickedness. You're converting to all these religions and beliefs, right? Think about it, man. How they go out for Christmas, but when we ask about the Passover, you got everybody skeptical. Shit is disgusting.
Like 8 lambs.
Yeah, it's disgusting. It's disgusting, but that's why the Most High is. Watch, read out. He'll tell you. Go ahead.
Under oaks and poplars and elms.
Go ahead.
Because the shadow thereof is good.
Right.
Therefore your daughters shall commit whoredom.
That's why your daughter's going to be running around getting popped in the mall.
Damn.
13, 12 years old. Why? Because that's what you like. You know what I mean? You want to let them pump rap music? We got brothers and sisters. It's like, I get calls, and I'm not saying this to mock. I'm saying it because the Bible is real. And I don't need to get shot or the Most High to mangle me up to be. I look at dumbass dummies in the truth. I look at dummies in the truth and that left, and guess what? Their kids is being wicked as hell now. And you want to know why. You calling me talking about, well, the kids doing this and that. I'm like, nigga, you wicked. What are you doing? You turn your back on everything you supposed to, that was keeping you strong, keeping the kids strong. But my point is this, you don't see it till when? To the kids. To the kids is damn twitching or being faggots or going out there being whores. Then you want to what? You want to seek the Most High. What's going on here? You went off and you turned your back, and the Most High showing you through you. Look, he moved all the brothers that you had excuses about out of the way. Now he's just dealing with your butt. Go ahead.
And your spouses shall commit adultery.
Yeah, and your woman, she committed adultery on you, and you what? You want to know why. You want to pull out your hair. You want to go crazy. It's because Israel sinned. You stubborn as hell, you wicked as hell, and you don't want to you don't want to learn. And then when it happens to you, then you want to seek the Most High 10 times more. But you should have did that without being punished. Go ahead.
Verse 14.
Uh-huh.
I will not punish your daughters.
And then he said he what? He gonna let them run around like hoes. He gonna let them run around in spandex in the mall and go out, sneak out and top niggas off in the car in the parking lot. He's like, I'm not gonna do nothing. I'm not gonna correct them. Shit. Mosiah is vicious, man. Go ahead.
When they commit whoredom.
Go ahead.
Nor your spouses when they commit adultery.
And when your rib go off and you praying to her, praying, Yahweh, y'all check her, Yahweh, he's gonna be like, no, nigga. Because you didn't check yourself. Right, when brothers was telling you, when sisters was telling you, you know what? You didn't check yourself, so why are you crying to me? He's gonna what? Laugh at your calamity. It's sad. It's sad. But it's real. That's all of us. It just applies to all of us. That's why all of us gotta be in the right mind. And understand why we do what we do. Go ahead.
For themselves are separated with whores.
They're what?
They are separated with whores.
Yeah, then you want to cry when your boy talk about, like that one video with Khalid. Is that an R&B singer Khalid? He that does the one where the black kid starts falling in love with the other white boy.
Oh, that's horrible. Oh, they catch him in bed?
Yeah, they catch him in bed. It's a video. It's disgusting.
Oh, when he's talking about 1-800-SUICIDE?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
it's Khalid.
Yeah, like Rob told me about.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
Talking about
It's Khalid, not DJ Khaled.
It's Logic.
No,
It's Logic.
But you know what? You're right.
It's Logic. Yeah. Yeah. Next thing you know, you go in the room and that dude's just butt naked in the bed with another boy.
Yeah, that's your son.
What do you do?
That's your son.
He just closes the door. You close the door and you weep.
Yeah. But here's the thing. Do they fear that? Like our people, they like looking at us like, and so what? He's coming out.
Yeah, freedom of choice.
Yeah, these niggas need to be sawed in half. They don't care. Like you're like, you see how when you hear it, you're like, damn, that's Mosiah's vicious. They're like, and they're lesbian.
It's real though because you see it in the mall.
Yeah, they
you
don't
see it
care.
in the mall where it's like, wait a minute, you let her leave like that?
So why would I go here? Because blessed is your eyes.
Yeah.
You see it.
Yeah.
You're woke. They're not. They walk on in darkness.
Like it's
gross darkness.
Gross
darkness.
Yeah.
Go ahead, finish that up.
And they sacrifice with harlots.
Right?
Therefore, the people that doeth not understand shall fall.
Damn. That's cold.
That when I read it, I was like, man, the Most High he like made me want to drop to my knees and just pray. Like Israel is jacked up, but they're jacked up because they want to be jacked up.
Yeah.
Nobody's making them do that. You're doing that on your own. So once again, blessed. Go back to Isaiah 6 and 9. Finish that. Oh, you read that, right? Oh yeah. Go to Wisdom of Solomon.
Wisdom of Solomon 3 and 11. Wisdom of Solomon 3 and verse 11.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 3 and verse 11.
Go ahead.
For whoso despiseth wisdom.
They're doing what?
Despiseth. Wisdom.
Yeah, you disregard the wisdom. You disregard the counsel. Nah, brother, don't go here. Don't deal with that. Don't touch that. Don't deal with her. Don't deal like this. But you despise that. You hit us with the con. Nah, I hear you. Side eyes and, you do all that. You throw the wisdom. It's like a grain of salt. I'm going to throw that behind me like a grain of salt.
And listen, they do that to us on the street speaking, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
They do it to us when we teach, on all these Israelites teaching the word.
Oh, yeah.
They get on there, they think it's a joke. They want to laugh at us.
Power Rangers.
Yeah, they want to mock, right? They think this is like, y'all guys are funny. America's fine, right? I'm telling you,
it's a comic book. Y'all making it up.
We be so much surrounded by the work that we forget how these wicked niggas in the world think.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because we be trying. You get people that come in and try, but you forget people in the world. Some of the people in the world, they can get too.
Yeah. Like the Bible. I ain't even looking at that.
Yeah, they don't care about it, man.
Talk to me about that.
And they can be going through hell too.
Oh, we got to do this. Flyers yesterday said that.
Yeah.
He was drunk, homeless, damn near. He was like talking about the almighty thing. He's like, I don't believe in the Bible. Okay.
There you go. You drunk, you beat down,
Yeah.
but that's Israel.
Yeah.
Why you think the Most High said, okay, I'm going to show you, I'm going to tie your ass to a tree and let the white man bang you. You know what I mean? Burn you, chop you in half. And Israel still is hard-headed. You would think after 400 years of slavery, Israel would get it? Nah.
It's like, nah, that wasn't punishment.
Nope.
That wasn't even real. You got some white people that don't believe that slavery.
Oh, wow.
Like, nah, that wasn't harsh. It's real, though.
That's why the Most High said like a drop to a wave. That's how many people were going to survive. Go ahead.
For whoso despises wisdom and nurture, he is miserable.
Yeah, and that's it. That's the thing. You could be miserable as hell. You could be anxiety, popping pills, drinking. But it's like you don't want to see. You don't want to see that you're miserable. You don't want to see that that's not the way. You understand that?
Yeah.
That's what he means by gross darkness. Give me that one in Isaiah, because I keep quoting it.
If you read that Matthews,
back
13,
down? Oh, we didn't finish it?
Matthews, if you read that
I
Matthews.
thought we finished it.
Well, you skipped a verse.
All right, we'll go back. Go ahead.
But that's the problem. Our people want to wallow. It's like we want to wallow in sorrow. We want to be pity party. Because read it one more time. It says, despiseth wisdom. Go ahead.
And nurture.
And what?
And nurture.
Yeah. See, when you nurture something, it's two things. You're nurturing it back to health, or you're nurturing it for it to grow. But see, our people are destroyed. So we have to nurture them back to health. They don't want that. They're like, nah, nigga, I just want to sit here with my blunt, just give me a blunt and a 40 in the game. Right?
Done.
The blunt, the 40, the game, and church. And I'm good. Some chitterlings, I'm good. I don't want to be nursed to health. I don't want to be shown why these things are bad for me. I don't want to be shown why church ain't teaching me nothing. Because as far as I know, church is teaching me. The blunt solves my problems. The bottle, I can drown my problems in there, so I'm good. Y'all can't tell me. Y'all ain't got nothing for me. You despise nurture, your own well-being. Go ahead.
He is miserable.
Now you miserable as hell. Now you don't understand why your kids are homosexuals, why they are lesbians, why they out there whoremongering, why they gangbanging, why they bringing that misery into your house. You don't understand why. But you despise nurture. You despise the wisdom to grow them. You despise what would have kept them from following that path. Because you didn't have it. A lot of us ain't had to grow up with our daddies. And then if you did, what did your daddy give you? But a bunch of ass whoopings when he got mad and got drunk. What did he give you? Really? Really and truly. What wisdom and knowledge and nurture did he give you? Because if he did, you wouldn't need the book. Go ahead.
And their hope is vain.
Yeah, and you hoping in vain things. All you can look forward to is the Super Bowl, the Grammys, and Christmas. Right. Oh, and Easter. The two holidays where black folks just love to go to church and get a new outfit. New Year's and Easter. That's all you can look forward to is your next birthday.
Oh, but income tax.
Income tax season. Like, girl, I can't wait till taxes come. I'm going to go get my nails did, my bundles. That's all you can look forward to. Niggas is talking about my taxes. I'm going to get my rims. Rims and what do niggas buy these days? Rims and gold? Fake gold? Rims?
Yeah.
What else? I don't even know. PlayStation games?
Sound systems.
Sound systems, yeah.
Shoes.
Your hope is vain. You hoping in vain things that can't bring you no type of... They can't solve your misery.
You can't still shine your record deals.
That's the thing. Oh, yeah. You walking around the mall, been selling your CD for how long? Like, nigga, stop.
Right.
You've been walking around First Colony for 8 years. Selling the same CD. All you do is just mix the track list around.
With the same shirt.
Yeah, you just move the track list around, put the first track in the back, put the middle track in the front, and this is the remix.
Same story.
You hoping in vain things. You've been trying to be a rapper since you was in high school. You 50.
I used to be a chameleonaire.
Yeah, like come on, stop. A millionaire's a millionaire.
Right.
Right? But you still walking through First Colony Mall, through Baybrook Mall, trying to peddle a $5.99 CD. Your hope is vain. Or you want to run to every religion. One minute you believe, the next minute you don't, because you're a Muslim now. You're a Muslim now, no more dope games, right? Oh, but then the Muslim thing ain't where I'm a Christian.
Right.
I'm this, I'm that. Your hope is vain. There's no foundation. Go ahead, read on.
Their labors unfruitful.
Yeah, that's why when you go to work and you put in that extra OT, that triple OT, and you were like, why is my check short? Because you didn't realize the more OT you put in, the more they tax you. So you might as well just work 40. But then when you work the 40, you ain't got enough money to pay your damn rent. You ain't got enough money for your baby's milk, the shoes, the diapers. All the labor you put in. I'm going to go do this side job. That is some wickedness, right? You might be pimping on the side. You wondering why you getting locked up.
You pimping your own girl.
Yeah. Your labors are unfruitful. Everything you put your hands to, it falls through. Go ahead.
And their works unprofitable.
Go ahead.
Their wives are foolish.
Wait, they're what?
Their wives are foolish.
Yeah, you got a foolish ass wife. Telling you, don't follow the Most High. Don't believe in the Most High. Follow me. Give me what I want. I need the new Louis. I need the new this. I need to hit the lace front weave. I need a new wig. I need my nails did in 8 different colors on one hand. You got 5 fingers. I need the brightest, most illustrious nail polish on my fingers, and they gotta look like bear claws, like eagle talons, right? I gotta run around with the pink wig. Come on, man. You foolish as hell. She's foolish. Because why? You didn't have nothing to give her. Go ahead.
And their children wicked.
Yeah, your children are wicked as hell. Homosexual deviants, right? Turning into little pedophiles, peddling drugs. Little boys running around trying to bang everything that they get their hands on. All they talk about, that's all these little dudes talk about, is what chick they gonna hit. I'm like, you 12 though.
You ain't got a driver's license.
Yeah, how can you're 12. What are you talking about? You don't even know how to put on a condom. What are you talking about? And then you got these little chicks on Snapchat, the tightest jeans ever. Right? All the makeup, my eyebrows is done. They call themselves bad bitches. Bro. It's wild. If you ever look at a 14-year-old Snapchat, it'll make you want to jump through the phone and punch her. It's like, what the hell are you talking about? You're 14 with the tightest jeans ever, with makeup on, looking like you're 30, talking about I'm a bad bitch.
Damn.
Hugged up with other little 14-year-old girls.
But that's the thing that,
I'm sorry.
You know, like Jeremiah said, for the hurt of the daughter of my people am I hurt. Like, that's just terrible, bro. It's disgusting. And our people don't see that. They don't see, they just looking at them. They just worried about them. Finish that, though.
Verse 13. Their offspring is cursed. Wherefore, blessed is the barren that is undefiled.
He said what?
Their offspring is cursed. Wherefore, blessed is the barren that is undefiled.
Right. So, go from there, go to Isaiah 60 and 2.
Isaiah chapter 60. Isaiah chapter 60, verse 2.
And you know why you gotta hit this topic like so nasty the way we hitting it? Because our people don't want to see. They don't want to realize that we messed up. We always want to be the ones to cast blame. The white man, the white man, the white man. Who gives a damn? What about you? What about you, black man, brown man, Hispanic man? What about you? What are you doing? Are you actually taking a step back to see, damn, we are messed up? Instead of just trying to deny everything and blame and cast the blame, you want to blame your woman for why you ain't around? Oh, yeah, she just talked too much. Well, yeah, we know she talks too much, but what are you doing? Women, you just want to blame there's no good black men. There ain't no good black men because you talk too much. And you don't know how to be a good black woman. It's all this finger pointing. Instead of saying, you know what, let me step back and look at what I'm doing. Let me start at home first. Let me start with me and let me look at my family. And see, I can get my family on point and then maybe I can make a difference. Maybe I can be an example. But it's always, no, let me go gossip. Let me look at this person, talk about this person, go drink over here, kick it over here, lounge over here, be lazy over here, not care. Our people are good at that, not caring. That's it's a syndrome. Like, I don't give a damn. Yeah. But go ahead, read on.
Isaiah chapter 60, verse 2. For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people.
Right. So, yeah, just reminded Israel, man, that's what time we're in. We're in a time of thick darkness. But answering the question, this is what the Most High is saying, that they let this darkness consume them. They don't see the things that are destroying them. Their eyes aren't open enough to where they can give themselves to the Spirit. They don't want the Spirit. So, all right, what's the next question? What time is it? Is there another question? What we got? Because we keep going with that one all night.
You said, can someone baptize themselves?
Yeah, you can.
Come.
Go right to the Bible and baptize yourself.
Keep reading. Right.
Where?
Read.
Right. You can baptize yourself with the Holy Spirit. So, and you do that by, go to Ephesians. Go to Ephesians 5:26.
Ephesians chapter 5 and verse 26.
No, go to Isaiah first. Go to Isaiah, it's 1. Isaiah 1 and 16.
Isaiah chapter 1.
I think it is. 1 and 16, yeah.
Isaiah chapter 1 and verse 16.
Go ahead.
Wash you, make you clean.
Go ahead.
Put away the evil of your doings from before my eyes.
Yeah, so that's how you baptize yourself. You wash you, make you clean, put away that negative, put away that evil. Go ahead.
Come.
Go ahead.
Cease to do evil.
Do what?
Cease to do evil.
See, stop doing negative.
Cease.
This is what the Most High, how He wants you to baptize yourself. This is what it means to be baptized by the Holy Spirit. Go ahead.
Learn to do well.
Do what?
Learn to do well.
Go ahead.
Seek judgment.
Uh-huh.
Relieve the oppressed. Judge the fatherless.
Uh-huh.
Plead for the widow.
Right. So this is what the Most High is saying that you need to do. Wash you, make you clean, put away the evil you're doing. Now, how do you wash? Go ahead, Ephesians 5:26 now.
Ephesians chapter 5 and verse 26. That he might sanctify and cleanse it with the washing by, and cleanse, start from the top, verse 26. That he might sanctify and cleanse it with the washing of water by the word.
So that's how you baptize yourself. You know, you get in this word, get in this book, ask questions, get this knowledge. And it's going to cleanse you, it's going to wash you, it's going to put away the evil of your doings as you apply it. All right? All right, so what's the next one?
Someone said, should we put mezuzahs or shema scrolls on our doorposts and gates? It's a sister that asked that question.
What?
Mezuzahs? I don't know.
It says,
I think they're trying to, they're speaking the Hebrew.
yeah, should we put,
You have to look that up to make sure. I think they're trying to say like the scrolls. You're lost. Why? Because I think they're probably asking that because it says in Deuteronomy. You can if you want to. There ain't nothing wrong with that. But that's also most of all symbolic symbolism of how we gotta guide ourselves. Go to what is it? Deuteronomy 4 and 6.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And I'm assuming this is why you're asking it because the law it tells you that how we have to have this.
It's 6 and 4.
And I'm assuming you're talking about the laws, the scrolls, right? They might be using that modern Hebrew. Go ahead.
Deuteronomy chapter 6, Hero Israel?
Yeah.
Deuteronomy chapter 6 and verse 4.
Just jump down on the post of thy house.
Verse 7.
Go ahead. Yeah.
that's what it contains the verse that we're about to read.
Right.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And thou shalt teach them diligently unto thy children,
right,
and shalt talk of them when thou sittest in thy house,
right,
and when thou walkest by the way,
right,
and when thou liest down, and when thou risest up.
right. So look at all the themes in there. That's the point. It's making that we're practicing and performing and talking and being about the law.
Verse 9.
That's the point. You know, go ahead, read on.
And thou shalt bind them for a sign upon thy hand.
Right.
And
so it's not literal like the so-called Jews is like they put the little square box on their head, and it's not saying that. It's saying in their mind. It's saying in their mind. Now, if you want to get the square box and put it on your head, fine. But that wasn't our tradition. They knew what it was. It was the laws being in your mind. Go ahead.
And they shall be as a frontlets between thine eyes.
Yeah, go ahead.
And thou shalt write them upon the posts of thy house.
Right.
And on thy gates.
Uh-huh.
And it shall be when the Lord thy God shall have brought thee into the land.
There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with you having it on the post of your house, but the scriptures also is showing you that this is what's supposed to be. This is what you're supposed to be about. What you're supposed to guide your life by. The laws, the statutes, and commandments. But if you had it in your house, you know, I got it in my house. I got the 10 Commandments, Our Father prayer, right? There's nothing wrong with that. So, but is it a commandment? Like thou shalt, or thou, you know, it's not a commandment, but it's in the law. We did it. So, next question.
Next question is, let's see, baptize. Did y'all hear about the Rothschilds hunting ranch in Australia?
Nah, we didn't. We didn't. What are they doing there? Homosexual and it always has to do with some homosexual and
They probably hunt their new brain for their new heart. I don't know.
yeah. It's like that movie, the new Netflix series, Altered Carbon.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
What is that? What is this?
It's all that Illuminati stuff.
Yeah.
It's all about the Illuminati, high echelon, and what they are going to do if they have if they can live forever.
Yeah,
It's Altered Carbon.
Altered carbon.
Yeah, it's all about the Illuminati and how basically they can download their brain into a computer. You can download your conscience into a computer, and then you can they call your body sleeves. You can put it in another sleeve, another body, and you can live for hundreds of years, thousands of years.
But the sad part is they pick your body. So.
Oh yeah, when you get to number 3.
Yeah,
like,
that's what I want.
When you get to number 3, it goes into it. They tell you right there. They deny. Number 3 is, I think, that's when they start denying the Most High, blasphemy, all out.
Yeah.
You know, like there's no God. We're gods.
Yeah.
That's what they say. It goes into it.
I gotta start from the beginning because I was trying to say.
You gotta pay attention to it.
Yeah, it's all about. That's the Illuminati thought process. You gotta watch that because that's exactly how they're thinking.
Altered carbon.
Because you know what
Altered carbon.
You know what it is? Think about it. If a grown-ass man can say, I associate myself or I feel like I'm a 5-year-old girl.
Yeah.
Right? So what they're doing is, if you watch this show, they're putting 5-year-old like men into these bodies.
Yeah.
And vice versa. They're putting little girls in grown-ass women bodies.
Yeah.
Like the one chick, she took her mom's clone.
And started having
sex.
Because her mom had different clones.
Yeah. They had
They're the Illuminati.
Yeah,
that's the Illuminati. They live all the way up in the sky.
Bro, like
in the sky. It's real demonic.
Her mom's a blonde lady.
Yes.
Yeah. That's her mom. We're not here to tell you the story.
You gotta watch it.
Lex, who is this?
Yeah.
Right.
You'll get caught up.
No, right. No, I'm saying it for the fact of because that's how they think and they're promoting this agenda and they're sensationalizing it to make you same thing with the Black Mirror, like Black Mirror they give you 2 angles, but they still making you think like, you know what, this could be a good idea.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're like, computer in your eye or computer in your brain or
replay your memory.
Yeah, replay your memory. You're like, but then you see the negative part of it. But in that one, they're not showing no negative part of it. They're just showing you how it's going to be in the future.
Yeah.
They're trying to like almost like numb you to the fact of it, like numb you.
Yeah.
Make it seem like it's acceptable.
Yep. Yeah, it's deep. It's deep. All right. Go ahead. What's the next question?
Next question is: do Israelites have heathen names in the book of life due to slave bastards' captivity? Do Israelites have heathen names in the book of life due to slave bastards' captivity? You might have to rewrite that one. Not getting that one.
What is that? Repeat that again.
Yeah.
Repeat that again. Yeah.
There was one before that.
Oh, what's that?
You saw it come outside?
Yeah, I got it. Does the Most High love all if they keep His commandments? Any race? Question mark.
The Most High chose Israel, so He loves them above all nations on the face of the earth. So, if they listen in the future, there's a process things got to go down here. So when you say if He loves all, you got to understand that if you want to understand it from the scripture's perspective of them going in slavery and captivity, then if that's love, well then that He loves them. All right, so you know what I mean? They're going to be, because people ask that question based on, well, are they going to get what the Israelites get? Y'all got to understand, no. They're not going to get what the Israelites get. You know what I mean? And I'm answering that, I'm being facetious with this, with the way I'm answering it, because it's like, if you're going to call slavery, captivity, the beat down that the nations are going to get, double slaughter, love, then that's love. But the truth is that the Most High never loved these nations. That's why He ignored them and didn't give them the laws and commandments. So, yeah, go ahead. Yeah, real quick.
Go to 2 Ezra 6 and verse 56. Cut. I mean, there's not any more questions after this.
All right, let's try it.
Read that real quick. 2 Ezra 6 and verse 56.
2 Ezra chapter 6, verse 56.
Uh-huh.
As for the other people, which also come of Adam.
So speaking of everyone outside of Israel.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Thou hast said that they are nothing.
Wait, they are what?
They are nothing.
Wait, I love them.
They are nothing.
They're joined to me.
They are nothing.
Read.
But be like unto spittle.
Think about when you spit on the ground. You disregard that spit out of your mouth like it's nothing. You don't think twice. And just keep it moving. Right? You're like, spittle. Go ahead.
And hast likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel.
Think about when you spill a drop of water from your little cup, from your little bottle. A drop. You don't think about that drop. You're like, man, you don't even question it. You just keep it moving. That's how the Most High is looking at these nations. Are they going to bow to the law at some point? Of course. Of course, they're going to have to. But the Most High said they're nothing. Where you at? Read on.
57, verse 57. And now, O Lord.
That's it on that. That's it on that.
Right. So, I mean, that would go. Yeah, go ahead.
Psalm 63 and 19.
Go ahead. Let's do it.
Psalm chapter 63 and verse 19. We are thine. Thou never bearest rule over them. They were not called by thy name.
Yeah, that goes right into Psalms 147, 19 and 20, where He said He give us the law unto Jacob, His laws and statutes unto Israel. Right?
Yeah.
And for the other nations, they have not known them.
Mm-hmm.
That goes right into Amos, where He said, only you have I known of the families of the earth.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, you got to remember one thing. The Most High got the other nations for a reason. Right? He's using them for a reason, man. He's using them to get us right. He's using them as that punishment. And that's their place right now. And then what's going to happen is He's going to use them to build our kingdom. I mean, it's as simple as that. Ain't no love with that. It's do your damn job and keep it moving.
I mean, we go over this so much, I'm like,
It's like a soap opera.
yeah, like, I don't know if they're asking to be funny. I don't know if they're trying to get us or something, but I don't know if they're new or not, but you got to understand the nations. Go to Isaiah 40 verse 15. Just right with that one.
Ooh.
Just right with the second Esdras.
Second Esdras pocket. Side pocket in the cone.
Is there any water? Please.
Oh, okay. Did we get their heathen names?
Isaiah 40 verse 15.
Isaiah chapter 40 and verse 15.
Uh-huh.
Behold, the nations are as a drop of the bucket.
Right.
And are counted as the small dust of the balance.
Right.
Behold, he taketh up the isles as a very little thing.
Right. So now we understand when it says it should be, they're small, like a drop. He didn't mean like, oh, they're just small compared to he's saying they're nothing, but be like unto spittle. So
the dust of the balance.
Yeah, that's how small they are to the Most High.
You don't even hold no weight. Dust on the balance ain't gonna tip it either way.
Yeah.
You holds no weight, baby. You ain't got no ends in Mikasa. Right? Yeah.
All right. I'm going to try to take the last hour and 20 minutes to go over this Genesis, the second chapter. I'm hoping I can do it. All right? We can get it out. So read that.
We get more than one reader would be good.
Yeah, give me more than one reader and then we'll go over this. I'm not going to go too fast, but we're going to try to get this out.
Good? Everybody looking ready, like, bring it out.
All right, go ahead.
Genesis chapter 2 and verse 1.
Uh-huh.
Thus the heavens and the earth were finished.
Right.
And all the host of them. And on the seventh day, Yahweh ended his work which he had made.
Right, and now I'm going to go over this for the new people so they can understand too. We're going this from the top. Yeah, some of y'all might know these scriptures, but we got to go over it we got to go over it in detail for them. So we know that, go to Isaiah, 2 Peter 3 and 8, Psalms 90 verse 4.
2 Peter
3 verse 8. Is that, whose car is that? Oh, okay. Go ahead.
2 Peter chapter 3 verse 8.
Uh-huh.
But beloved, be not ignorant of this one thing,
Uh-huh.
that one day with the Lord is as 1,000 years, and 1,000 years as one day.
Right. So according to the Most High, Psalms 94 is going to tell us. It's going to make it even more clear what the 2 Peter 3 and 8. Read that.
Psalms 94.
Psalms 90 verse 4.
Psalms chapter 90 verse 4.
Uh-huh.
For 1,000 years in thy sight are but as yesterday.
So one day to the Lord is the Most High's one day is our 1,000 years. So it only took him 6 days. But if you wanted to translate that into earth time, it would be 6,000 years. The 7,000 years, he rested. All right. Now, if y'all didn't get it, go get Genesis 1. We've been over that really good chapter. Go ahead.
Genesis chapter 2 and verse 2.
Uh-huh.
And on the seventh day, God ended his work
Right.
which he had made.
Uh-huh.
And he rested on the seventh day.
Right. So now we're understanding where the Sabbath comes from. Give me Exodus 20 and 11. Exodus 31 and 16. So now we're understanding where the Sabbath comes from. Okay? Remember, this is in Genesis. The Sabbath wasn't implemented all the way till Moses. But now we understand spiritually where it extends from. Go ahead, read that.
Exodus chapter 21, verse 11.
Uh-huh.
And if he do not these three unto her.
Exodus 20 and 11.
20 and 11.
Exodus 20, verse 11.
Exodus 20 and
So we're going to go verse to verse and break it down.
Verse 11.
Uh-huh.
For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth,
Right.
the sea, and all that in them is.
Right.
And rested the seventh day.
Go ahead.
Wherefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it.
Right. He made that seventh day the day of rest. Because it took him 6,000 years, our 6,000 years, but 6 days for him, for them, the angels, the powers, Christ, okay? But for us, it took 6,000 years of our years. And he hallowed that day and called it the Sabbath. Go ahead. Go to Exodus 31, verse 16.
Exodus chapter 31.
Verse 16.
And verse 16.
Uh-huh.
In the
Exodus 31 and verse 16.
Okay.
Wherefore the children of Israel shall keep the Sabbath, to observe the Sabbath throughout their generations.
Right.
For a perpetual covenant.
So the Most High gave the Sabbath. The whole point of the Sabbath from the beginning was for who?
The Most High.
For us.
Was for who?
For us.
For Israel.
The children of Israel.
The scriptures say the world was created for our sakes. So now we're understanding that, yes, the Most High has a favorite people. He loves Israel above all nations that are upon the face of the earth. So this Sabbath day was really set up for the Most High. He knew what he was doing from the beginning. Y'all get that? So that's what it means by the six days he worked, 7th day he rested. Now we know the Sabbath day comes from that day. Go back to Genesis.
Genesis chapter 2 and verse 2.
Now go ahead.
Last precept. And he rested on the 7th day from all his work which he had made.
Right.
And God blessed the 7th day and sanctified it, because that in it he had rested from all his work which God created and made.
Right.
Verse 4. These are the generations of the heavens and of the earth when they were created.
Right.
In the day of the Lord God made the earth and the heavens.
Go ahead.
And every plant of the field.
Go ahead.
Before it was in the earth.
Go ahead.
And every herb of the field before it grew.
Right. So what verse are you at?
Verse 5.
Go. So read 5 again from the top. I'm sorry.
Genesis chapter 2 and verse 5. Every plant of the field before it was in the earth. And every herb of the field before it grew.
Right.
For the Lord God had not caused it to rain upon the earth.
Right.
And there was not a man to till the ground.
Right. So before everything, it's showing you the process of what the Most High was going to do. Okay? So I'm going to say it again. Genesis 2 is reiterating a lot of what happened already in Genesis 1. How do we know? Because it already told you that the Most High in the 1 and 9, it says, Genesis 1 and 9, and the Lord said, let the waters under heaven gather together unto one place, and let the dry land appear. And it was so. And he called the dry land earth, and the gathering together he called waters, of the waters called he seas. And the Most High saw that it was good, and the Most High said, let the earth bring forth herb yielding seed. Right?
Good.
And fruit yielding fruit. So this already happened. So what is going on over here in 2 and 5? He's just reiterating what happened. But he's going to go in a little more detail in certain specifics that now we didn't get in Genesis 1. Okay? Go ahead.
Verse 6.
But
there went up a mist from the earth.
Right.
And watered the whole face of the ground.
Right. So, and the Most High gave us the mist because we didn't have to work. You know what that mist was? It was about, you're not going to even have to turn on the sprinklers.
I got you.
The Most High had took care of everything. You know, because when you read that little point there, you're like, well, what's the significance of that? What's the point of saying that? The Most High took care of everything. We didn't have to do nothing.
That's just like with the mammon and that mist game and the coriander seeds game.
Right.
Yeah.
In Exodus, right.
It's the same thing. The Most High always took care of us.
Right? So go from there. You can add these scriptures with verse 5. Go to Psalms 104, verse 14. Psalms 104, verse 14, with verse 5.
Psalms chapter 104, verse 5.
Go ahead.
Who laid the foundation?
Psalms 104, verse 14.
Oh, verse 14.
Uh-huh.
He causes the grass to grow for the cattle.
Read.
And herb for the service of man.
So all the herb was for the service of man. All right. Now I'm not going to go too deep into every herb, but all these herbs, everything was created good for the godly. So yeah, you know, when people get into this conversation about well, marijuana is from the earth, right? It is, but the wicked took it and used it for a wicked purpose. They add the THC, they add all these chemicals in it. Just like coke and crack, right? Before it was crack, it was coke. Before it was coke, it was the coca leaf. Right. It was good until niggas got a hold of it and started adding baby powder. I mean, baby powder. Baking soda. Sorry.
Laxatives.
Yeah, I never sold crack, but
Never cooked it either.
I never cooked it. But, you know, they started mixing the chemicals with it. And that's how you get crack, right? So these are the things that we have to understand. All herbs are good, but not good in wickedness. Go ahead.
Genesis chapter 2 and
No.
verse 7.
Psalms. Finish that up.
Come.
They get Hebrews 6 and 7 and Ezekiel 47 and 12. Go ahead.
That he may bring forth food out of the earth.
That he may bring forth what?
Food out of the earth.
Put it in your nose.
Food out of the earth.
Snorting.
Food out of the earth.
So what was the herb for?
Food.
Out of the earth. It was to feed us. All right, to take care of you.
Going back to that coriander seed, it was a herb.
Right.
And we were able to take the seed from it and make the bread.
Right.
And use it. It's cold, man.
Right.
Putting it together.
The Most High took care of us all the time.
Yeah. But just even like, because the cilantro, you look at cilantro like, it's just cilantro. We use it for one thing.
Right.
But nobody thinks like, I can make bread out of the seeds.
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah. That's cold.
I gotta see that.
You probably make like a flour out of it.
Yeah, because you ground those seeds are like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So you ground it.
You ground that up and then it'll spread out and make it, and you wet it and then you do what you do.
It sounds good. Go ahead. Come on.
Hebrews chapter 6 and verse 7. For the earth drinketh, for the earth which drinketh in the rain that cometh off upon it.
Right.
And bringeth forth herb meat for them by whom it is dressed.
Yeah, so the herbs, man, the Most High created from the earth was for us to take care of our body, to feed us, medicines, we're going to find out. It was for all these things. So when you get into this herb talk, you find out, man, that the wicked took it and destroyed what a lot of things. And then the white man controls every seed on the earth. He don't let seeds, certain herb seeds, come into America because it can cure cancer. It can cure diabetes, high blood pressure. And before it gets there, they got to take that and then make a medicine out of it so they can sell it to you for $500 a pill.
A watered down version of it, so you have to keep taking it.
Yeah.
Yes, you got to keep taking it.
Yeah.
And it takes years for what the natural herb can do. So these are the things that the Most High gave us. That's why, watch, go finish that. You did, right? You finished that one?
Receive the blessing from the Most High.
Right. And that's the blessing is using herbs. The blessing is using herbs. So yeah, we're supposed to get wise in using the herbs. You understand? I'm not saying, I don't want y'all to say Kazaki, so I can't take a Tylenol. Take your Tylenol. But guess what? The problem is you're going to keep taking Tylenol.
Yeah.
You understand? If you deal with the herbs, your body's going to get, you show itself how to heal itself. That's what the herbs are for. That's what the Most High created as opposed to Frankenstein. He created the chemicals, the drugs. He even called them drugs. He didn't even try to lie, switch it up. Like, no, y'all the drug dealers, right? He could have left the black man as the drug dealers and him come with a different name. Nope. he still calls it drugs.
You could have called it pharmaceutical cures.
Yeah, exactly.
Now they call them pharmaceuticals.
Yeah.
Now they got Y's and I'm like, no, these are pharmaceuticals.
But they still sell those in where? The drugstores.
Yeah.
So these herbs, man, were good for the godly, but the wicked, they turned it into evil. Ezekiel 47 verse 12. Ecclesiastes 38 and 4. So we're just going to go through and show through the precepts what these things and what the Most High was talking about. Okay? So I'm going to try to get through it. We got an hour, so I'm going to try to get through it. I hopefully we don't cut off. Go ahead.
Ezekiel chapter 47 verse 12.
Uh-huh.
And by the river upon the bank thereof,
Right.
on this side and on that side,
Right.
shall grow all trees for meat.
Right, for MEAT, because they were for foods, medicines. Man, even what were the priests collecting?
Yeah.
They were collecting herbs.
Yeah.
It was like, we need some herbs for our meat that we get. Right? So you would come and you would bring cumin, anise, right?
Yeah.
You would bring all these different herbs so you can use these herbs to do what? Season up the cattle that you were getting. The Most High is crazy, huh? He's beautiful. So y'all see that?
Come.
Go ahead.
Whose leaf shall not fade.
Right. See, because listen, that's why the white man is taking control of all the herbs. Because they know it's not going to fade. It's not going nowhere. Y'all see that?
Come.
Monsanto owns majority all the seeds.
Right.
Actually, all the seeds.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And then where they got the seed bank, where is that? In like Nova Scotia?
Wow.
Where they have that seed bank?
Yeah, you can catch them in rural areas like Mississippi. They still got seeds. But,
Yeah, you got to get them in high like you slinging drugs if you get some like soursop.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, man, I gotta get this soursop imported. Like, it's stupid because Esau, once again, is taking control of all these things, so we won't be able to heal ourselves the right way. Read that next one. Or did you finish that? No, go ahead.
Shall not fade, neither shall the fruit thereof be consumed.
Go ahead.
It shall bring forth new fruit according to his months.
Right. Now, this verse right here is deeper than you understand. We'll go into that. Go ahead.
Because their waters.
It's a twofold meaning in this verses here. So he's talking about the herbs, he's talking about the fruit, but he's talking about another fruit also. Go ahead.
Because their waters they issued out of the sanctuary.
Right. So these waters, these things that come out of the sanctuary, right, is going to bring forth fruit. Well, when you look at the physical, the leaves, the fruit that come from the leaves, it's never going to go away because the Most High blessed it. Y'all see that? Go ahead.
And the fruit thereof shall be for meat.
Right. It shall be for meat. Go ahead.
And the leaf thereof for medicine.
And the leaf for what?
Medicine.
And the leaf for medicines. So these things were to heal us, to get rid of all these diseases. We just don't study. My people destroyed for the lack of knowledge. Yeah.
And that's why when you look at most animals like your dog,
yeah,
they go outside and they know which place to eat.
Yeah.
They know which ones not to eat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, but we eat any and everything. You know, we don't mix herbs. You know, that's why I love Trinidad, man. We woke up to tea. You know, I've been getting the soursop tea imported, but yeah, you wake up to that soursop tea, man. That starts you all good, man. There's many other teas though. You know, the many other teas, healing teas. The thing is that
moringa tea,
moringa. There's a lot.
Bay leaf.
Yeah, the bay leaves. Yeah, you thinking like, what are you gonna do with bay leaves?
Boil it.
Well, you can boil that, and there's a lot of things that tea's good for. I mean, we got to go over a health class, you know, but we're destroyed for the lack of knowledge. We're thinking like, you know what? I'm not messing with that. I'll just grab me a Tylenol. But you're gonna be addicted to Tylenol. You're gonna be addicted to codeine. You're AKA NyQuil. AKA, right? And you gonna what? You probably damn die one day off of that because your liver fails. Right? See, and that's why your skin, I'm not gonna make it a health class, but that's why our skin start looking old at a young age. Because why? Your liver's ate up through all the drinking, smoking, doing drugs, eating bad. It's killing your bloodstream. That's what the white man knows how to do. He knows how to kill you. That's why you know, but here's the thing. Here's the thing. We said it the other day, the darker the berry. See, the more dark you are, though, you got some that those light-skinned cats don't got. Yeah, melanin, and it protects you from a lot of that. But it hits you. You still, over time, that's why you can see Superman doing crack. The black man be on crack and be like, he still look like he, like what the hell? But
say black don't crack.
Y'all think I'm messing with y'all. Y'all think I'm messing with y'all, but the skin is really that melanin that helps out Judah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That helps out all of our people. But you know, the lighter we get, the more hard it is. Like you can see people breaking down. In Judah, man, you've been through crack, rabies, AIDS, syphilis, gonorrhea. You know what I mean? Every damn thing. Every damn thing. And what? Judah's still up and pumping.
What he saying is black don't crack.
Yeah. Because it's the melanin. So of course, the white man, the devil, he know how to go in there and break you down more ways. But you know, it is. Somebody was gonna say something though, real quick. What?
I was gonna say I had learned too, like now, like you're saying, they making medicine now to where it does disturb Judah. I'm a victim of it too myself.
Yeah.
My whole skin is like super burnt from those topicals. That's why they test everything on white lab rats instead of the ones with color.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because it'll work for them, but when we use it, it's supposed to distort them.
Yeah. Yeah. They mastered. You know, through all these diabolical plans, they mastered how to break the black man down. You know, but once again, still, Judah's still here, kicking it strong. You know what I mean? They can't take us out like that. They can't take Israel out. But you can see the other tribes, man. That's why Esau, I'm making it a health class, but that's why Esau, that when they break down, they niggas be like 30 years old. Like, look at Lindsay Lohan. Have y'all seen Lindsay Lohan?
She's like 80.
I was like, wow, this chick's like maybe 30. Not even. She's younger than that, but she looked like her older than her mama. Because that's all the crack, the orgies, getting jizzed on her face. That affects you. That affects you. No, my daughter did a science project, and this one's for my brother right there, the dreadlock Rasta right there. She did a science project. She put glasses, one with salt, one with Sprite, one with water, and I think the other one was with something else. And she put this right on the kitchen thing, and I'm like, what's this for? But she put flowers in them. Bro, you can see how everyone was breaking down this flour. And over time, I was going to the kitchen, and I'm like, and guess what was there? Sprite. Sprite. She put Sprite. I was like, why did she put Sprite up there? But it was showing how much this Sprite, these chemicals, do to us. Too much salt. I think the other one was sugar. Too much sugar. Like these plants were just, the plant was just a little plant was breaking down. Water, guess what? That boy's still growing. That boy's still growing. But you got those chemicals. Now, think about putting that stuff in your liver. I turned it into a health class. Come on, let's move back on. Let's go on. So y'all get it, right? Medicines, right? Okay, where we at?
Genesis chapter 2.
No, Ecclesiastes 38 and 4. Last one. Ecclesiastes 38 and 4, and then we're going to go to Genesis 2 and 6.
Ecclesiastes chapter 38 and verse 4. The Lord hath created medicines out of the earth.
Right?
And he that is wise will not abhor them.
There you go. See, don't hate on the herbs. I'm not saying you can't take medicines, because there's time for those medicines. Because that's all they made available. They didn't make, aloe. You're not used to using an aloe tree or something for a wound or a healing or what, like, you know what I mean? If you get shot or stabbed, you need to staple that up, right? You need something that's potent, pain pill right then and there. We don't even know how to use the herbs to that level. So yeah, of course, if you need Vicodin because you broke your leg, take the damn Vicodin. Don't try to say, well, I'm not going to take that. I'm going to take herbs. Well, you're going to be in pain. You know what I mean? If you're a powerful person, then don't take the Vicodin. You know, but so I don't want y'all to think, you know, because Ike said, don't take the medicines. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that the natural way is the way you want to go, because you're going to live longer off the natural things that the Most High put in the earth. All right, go ahead. Was that it?
Yes, sir.
Right, he said he would not abhor them. Go back to Genesis 2 and 6. Go ahead.
Genesis chapter 2 and verse 6.
But
there went up a mist from the earth and watered the whole face of the ground. And the Lord God formed man of the dust of the ground.
Right, so once again, Genesis is symbolism. We already know that according to Genesis 1, verse 26, it says, and God said, let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, over the fowl of the air, over the cattle, over all the earth. So according to Genesis 1, man was already created. But what is he doing in Genesis 2? He's going a little deeper to show us what stage did man have to come out of. The righteous man. All right? Just like now. It's no different than now. What stage does a man got to come out of when he comes into the truth? A woman. The beast stage. He got to come out of the animal stage. The low creature thinking. The only way I solve problems is get angry and shoot people. My pants are sagging to the floor. So what does the dust represent? The dust represents this lowest state. So go to Isaiah 47 verse 1. Let's show how this word dust is used in the Bible. Okay? Just showing that the Most High took man, the Adamites, and took them out of that low estate. Okay? He was going to separate them from all other nations. Okay? Now, I know we touched on somewhat of this, but we'll retouch over certain scriptures. Go ahead.
Isaiah chapter 47 verse 1.
Go ahead.
Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon.
Right.
Sit on the ground.
Right. So he's literally saying, sit down on the earth. Why? Because coming down to the earth is a low estate. You were so high and mighty, but I'm going to bring you down to the dust. So what does it mean? It means that if we're coming out of the dust, we're coming out of a low estate. We're coming out of low thinking. We're coming out of a beastly mentality, as when you go back to actually Genesis 3. We're coming out of this beastly mind state. Go ahead.
There is no throne.
Right.
O daughter of the Chaldeans.
And now, in contrast, they're finna come down to the lower state. You know, when you roll down the street and you see a bum on the corner, you think what? Man, this cat's dusty. Bad term. It's a real terminology. But these words that are used, it's just symbolism. So that's what dust is used for. Go to Isaiah 26 verse 5. So because we're understanding that the Lord formed man of the dust of the ground. Man was already formed. According to Genesis 1 and 20, it says, man, all living creature were brought from the waters. All right? If you got Genesis 1, so why two things? Are they lying? No. If he said all living creature, and he said, let us create man in our image, that means that was already done. But what he's showing you is the process to lift man up. I was going to take them out of the lowest state and bring them into this dominion. This is what he's doing now. He's bringing man into this dominion. A certain man. Not all man. A certain man. A certain people. Go ahead.
Isaiah chapter 26 verse 5.
Go ahead.
For he bringeth down them that dwell on high.
Go ahead.
The lofty city.
Uh-huh.
He layeth it low.
Right. So just like he said, he said Babylon's coming down to the dust. Right? America's coming down to a low estate. Okay? Go ahead.
He layeth it low.
Right.
Even to the ground.
Right.
He bringeth it even to the dust.
Right. So the dust represents a low estate, a low thinking. Isaiah 52 and 2. 1 Samuel 2 and 6.
Isaiah chapter 52 and verse 2.
Go ahead.
Shake thyself from the dust.
Do what?
Shake thyself
ones in the ghettos, the slums, the slow thinking, the animalistic mind state, the whoremonger, the doctrine. That's a beastly mentality. That's a dust state. We're the ones that's working 75,000 jobs to do what? To bring forth bread. We're the lowest state. Why everybody, all the other nations getting fat off of us, we're trying to live just to make it to the next day. So we're in the low estate. So what is he saying?
Shake thyself from the dust.
Go ahead.
Arise and sit down.
Read.
O Jerusalem.
Right, man. Think about it. You weren't even sitting down. You was that low to where you in the dust. You in a pile of dirt. You weren't even sitting down. So that's what it means to be low. Now we're getting a little bit when it says the serpent was brought to the dust. Same thing. He went upon his belly. It didn't mean that that the serpent turned into a snake. It just meant he was brought low. We got to get over that, but I'm just showing you how these words, they're the same thing across the board, yeah.
It was kind of like the Most High was taking some wisdom from him.
Yeah. From Satan. Right. When we get there, he was going to take him out that power. Right? Hold on a second. Let's not go in 3. Let's just finish 2 first. Okay. We're finished 2. But yeah, I just did that to show you that this word dust, the symbolism, how it's used, the parable form, it just means low estate. So we were coming out of the low estate. Go ahead.
Verse 2. O Jerusalem, lose thyself from the beds of thy neck.
Right.
O captive daughter of Zion.
Right. You see that? We're going to come out of the dust. Babylon is going to go down to the dust. Okay, go to 1 Samuel 2, verse 6.
1 Samuel chapter 2 and verse 6.
Right. And then we'll go back to Genesis.
I got you, John.
This is for the 7th verse, but for the dust. The Lord formed man of the dust of the ground. Go ahead.
1 Samuel 2 and 6. The Lord killeth and maketh alive.
Right.
He bringeth down to the grave and bringeth up.
Go ahead.
The Lord maketh poor and maketh rich.
Right.
He bringeth down low and lifteth up.
And that's what the Most High does. The Most High can bring you down. One day you could be a millionaire. You could be Sean Jay-Z. You could be bummed the next. That's why a lot of these movie stars, man, one minute they're living high and mighty, and all these young Disney movie stars. I be reading a lot of that. And
played out.
Yeah, they can't get no more movie roles, and they got abused in Hollywood, and now they just commit suicide. I was reading about 2 that were just robbing. They just did a Bonnie and Clyde. 2 Disney. I be on that Google News.
Was it the black dude?
No, it was Esau. They were like 2 Disney kids. They went on a robbing spree or whatever. Wow. But once again, he lifts you up and bring you down. Go ahead.
Verse 8. He riseth up the poor out of the dust.
Right.
And lifteth up the beggar from the dunghill.
Right. Man, he even went deeper. He said the shit hill. So you see how this word dust is used through the Bible. It's used to be showing us that it's a low estate. It's no different here. Why can I say that? Because you already said in Genesis 1 that man was created in the image. Right. You already said in Genesis 1 and 20 that all creature was made. But why would you need to come back in Genesis 2 and say they're from the dust? That's confusing. It's not confusing when you understand what he's saying. He's saying that the Most High is going to start dealing with one man, one nation at this time. Okay? We're going to use one man because we know Adam, right? But we know according to the scriptures they were the Adamites. Right. He's going to lift Adam from the dust, and he's going to separate him. Why is this common? Why is it not far-fetched? Because that's what he did to Israel. Where did he get us from? He said, you were like the heathens. You were wallowing in your mire. Your father was a damn Hamite. Your mama was a Hittite, right? Right. He said, you came from these things. So he said, but I made you. I put robes on you. I cleaned you up. It's no different. When you read the Bible, you start finding out the terminologies is the same. The thing is, the parable form was meant for who?
The people who weren't gonna get it.
No, the parables is meant for who? The elect. The elect. Yeah. Right? That's the secret. Because it's written in parable form because the only ones that were going to get it, he said, we just went over it earlier. Blessed are your eyes, for they see. Right? The ones that weren't going to get it is the ones that, nah, that's crazy. He said he was a serpent. Right?
He was a snake.
He said he came from the dust. Yeah, we did come from, I mean, if you want to get, the elements is dust, everything in there. Right? But in this form, we were already created. Why would he have to come back and say, I'm going to recreate man again from the dust? You're lying to me then. Which one is it? Well, he's not lying. It's just you're confused to understand that he already did that in Genesis 1. Genesis 2, he's going to show you how Adam was taken from the dust.
And made in his image.
How was he taken from the lower state, from the peons, and created to be a king? What you was going to say?
Oh, I was just thinking about that scripture when he was saying, I speak to them in parables. You know what I'm saying?
There you go. Because it was for your eyes, he was telling the apostles. It's not for them. It was actually in that same chapter. In the Matthew 13, when you read up, it was in the same chapter. Go ahead.
To set them among the princes.
Right. To do what?
To set them among the princes.
He was going to do what?
Set them among the princes.
He was going to bring them from the lower state to do what?
Set them among the princes.
Now we're going to find out that's the same thing he was doing to Adam. He was going to set him amongst the princes. But how? Go to Wisdom of Solomon. Give me Wisdom of Solomon, but go back to Genesis. Whoever's holding Genesis, jump up and read that. Genesis 2 and 7.
Genesis chapter 2, verse 7.
Go ahead.
And the Lord God formed man of the dust of the ground.
So I'm going to bring man out of this lowest state. Okay? This certain man. The elect. The chosen. Y'all see why I'm saying that. Go ahead.
And breathed into his nostrils the breath of life.
But how am I going to lift this man up? No different than he lifts the Israelite man up. He pulls you off of the street. He pulls you off of the beastly creature, lower state. And what does he do? He breathes into you the breath of the life. He breathes into you this wisdom, and you think different, you act different, you walk different, you talk different, and you change. It's no different than what he was doing with man in the beginning. Go ahead, read that. Wisdom of Solomon. Let's find out what is the breath.
7:25.
Wisdom of Solomon 7:22. And then you're going to jump to verse 25.
Wisdom of Solomon chapter 7 and verse 22.
Uh-huh.
For wisdom, which is the worker of all things.
So how did he bring Adam to life? Go ahead.
Taught me.
Right, so wisdom did what?
Taught me.
Wisdom did what?
Taught me.
Go ahead.
For in her is an understanding spirit.
So let's understand. Jump to verse 25.
Verse 25.
Uh-huh.
For she is the breath of the power of God.
Go ahead.
And a pure influence.
Right, so wisdom, the knowledge. Now, what embodies this wisdom? One word. The laws.
God.
So when you say wisdom, the law is synonymous. Okay, so y'all got to understand that. When you talk about the wisdom of the Most High, when you read the Bible, the law is synonymous. Okay, so the wisdom was going to be breathed into him. And that's what was going to change him. You were what? Eating pork, shrimp, crab, lobster, oysters. You were just an animal.
Right.
Smoke anything, drink anything. You know what I mean? Pop anything. Right? You were a beast. Right? You were in that lower state. Well, how are we going to lift him up? We're going to breathe in him the wisdom. Go ahead, read on.
And a pure influence flowing from the glory of the Almighty.
Go ahead.
Therefore can no defiled thing fall into her.
Right. So if you trust in the wisdom and you use the wisdom, then you can't be defiled. Right? This is what a lot of our people don't understand. That the Holy Spirit, the breath of the Most High, it will guide you through everything. Now you would say, well, what happened to Adam? He stopped trusting. You understand? That's 3. We'll get to 3. Let's knock out 2. Go ahead. Go from there. Go to Wisdom of Solomon Psalms 19 and 7. Wisdom of Solomon 8 and 1. All right? And I hope I'm not going too fast, but I'm trying to get through it. And I'm trying to get through the chapter before time is up. But we're talking about the breath. How do we know what the breath is? Well, you can only know by precept upon precept, line upon line, here a little, there a little. So the breath is the wisdom. Okay, Psalm 19 and 7. Wisdom of Solomon 8 and 1. Read.
Psalms chapter 19 and verse 7.
The
law of the Lord is perfect.
Is what?
Perfect.
Read.
Converting the soul.
Go ahead.
The testimony of the Lord is sure.
Read.
Making wise.
Making what?
Making wise.
What was the law going to do?
Make wise.
See, wisdom and the law is synonymous. So when he breathed into us the breath of life, that was the wisdom of the Most High. Okay, this one was going to give us dominion. How are we going to have, how do you rule over somebody? With wisdom. Thinking. If I know how to move my body in different ways than you do, if all you know how to do is box, and I know how to use my arms and my legs and my teeth, I win. I know more. Right? And you think, no, I'm going to box my way out of this? Right? Right? Unless you got a gun and then you got the higher wisdom, right? You like, nigga, you brought a fist to a gunfight. Right? So what separates us? The wisdom of the Most High. Right? But wisdom elevates us in anything. Right? Your car break down, if you know how to work on your car, you either have to call the man that's wiser than you, right? That knows how to fix it, or you can work on it yourself. That's what elevates you, wisdom. What elevated Adam to be able to teach the animals, name the animals, right? Get his wife in order, right? Teach his children the law, right? It was only one thing. So that's how you see when we read breath, we're thinking like, well, yeah, we of course it was the breath. It was the thing that animates us, right? But really, what animates you?
Your mind. That is the wisdom.
The wisdom in the right? You can have brain dead people, right? So what brings them to life? The spirit, right? It's the spirit that quickeneth, right? What is the spirit? The word, right? What is the word? The breath of the Most High. It's a pure influence, right? This is what brings us to life. This is what brought Adam to life. Go ahead.
Where you at again? Making wise the simple.
Right. Go to Wisdom of Solomon 8 and 1. Wisdom of Solomon 9 and 1. Go to those chapters. So y'all get that, right? Am I going too fast?
Wisdom of Solomon
9 and 1.
Before that, it was Psalms 19 and verse 7.
Yeah, Psalms 19 and 7. Now we're going to Wisdom of Solomon 8, verse 1.
Wisdom of Solomon.
So just to reiterate, I want to slow it down a little bit. I want to move fast, but not too fast. We're talking about the breath. Why is the Bible talking in symbolism? Because the Most High was just doing this. He was going to take from among man, a man. And he was going to lift up this nation, this leader of this nation, and they were going to be called the Adamites. And these Adamites were supposed to follow the laws. Does that sound familiar? Exactly. It's the same thing. Israel was chosen. We're supposed to be following the laws and did what? Broke the laws. Same thing. Go ahead.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 8 and verse 1. Wisdom reacheth from one end to another.
Right.
And sweetly does she order all things.
So wisdom orders everything. How do I get my household in order? With wisdom. Because you were in the world, you weren't doing it. You over there trying to struggle with your rib and hold her down and tell her, you gonna be in order. You gonna be righteous. No, she's not. Why? Because you're not dealing with wisdom. Right?
Right.
Punching her, socking her, y'all beating each other up.
Good.
Or you weak to her. Right? Good. That wasn't wisdom. So what happened that gave you the direction to set everything right? The Most High said, the head of every man is Christ. The head of the woman is the man. He set things in order. Right?
Right.
Wives, obey your husbands as unto the Lord. Husbands, love your wives as you love your own flesh. Dwell with them according to knowledge. So now things start setting in order. Y'all get that?
Good.
It's the laws. It's the wisdom of the Most High. It's never gone nowhere. The only thing now is that we have it written down. That's all it is. Adam was told it. It was imprinted. Right? He knew it in his mind, but he disobeyed it. It's no different now. Go ahead.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 9, verse 1. You want to...
No.
Verse 2?
No, read down verse 2. Yeah, go ahead.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 8 and verse 2.
Uh-huh.
I loved her and sought her out of my youth.
Okay, no, because that's just going into Solomon, and he's saying how he went after wisdom, okay? So we get the point here, though. Wisdom orders all things. Wisdom of Solomon 9 and 1. So how was he given dominion? How was he given rule? What?
Because he had wisdom over the nation.
He had wisdom over all the nations. That's why the Most High chose him. He had wisdom over everybody. What's up?
Remember that scripture was in Josephus when it talked about Adam amongst the nations. I'm sorry, I had to bring it up.
I'm not sure. Go ahead, read on. Read where
Wisdom of Solomon chapter 9 and verse 1.
Wisdom of Solomon 9 and 1. We're talking about the breath. Go ahead.
O God of my fathers and Lord of mercy, who has made all things with thy word.
Go ahead.
And ordained men through thy wisdom.
Right.
That he should have dominion over the creatures which thou hast made.
Stop. When in Genesis it said he was given wisdom? It doesn't say it. That's why you have to go through the precepts to understand what it's saying. He's telling us here that he ordained him with wisdom. That's the breath of the Most High.
God.
Right? That's what gave him dominion. That's what gives you dominion. Go ahead.
Verse 3.
Uh-huh.
And order the world according to equity.
Right. Oh, you think, you're pushing it. You're stretching it. No! He just said it.
God.
He ordered everything. What gave him, all I did was go to a different precept to show you this one's straight to the point.
God.
Showing you that's what Adam was given, to order everything. Go ahead.
And order the world according to equity and righteousness.
See, that's what Adam was supposed to do. Just like Israel's going to do. We're going to order the world in equity and righteousness.
God.
Right?
God.
And it ain't going to be moved from us this time. The heart of righteousness, it ain't going to be moved from us like Adam gave up on that heart.
God.
He betrayed that heart. He betrayed the heart of righteousness.
God.
And he fell. And when he fell, that was it.
God.
Because it started opening it up, everybody up to wickedness and folly and foolishness. Go ahead.
God. He should have dominion over the and execute judgment with an upright heart.
Go ahead.
Give me wisdom.
Uh-huh.
And sitteth by thy throne.
Uh-huh.
And reject me not from among thy children.
Go ahead.
For I, thy servant and son of thy handmaid, am a feeble person.
Right. Go ahead.
And of a short time. And too young for the understanding of judgment and laws.
Go ahead.
For though a man be never so perfect among the children of men, yet if thy wisdom be not with him, he shall be nothing.
He shall be what?
Nothing.
He shall be what?
Nothing.
Now, the nations, did they get the laws? They were reputed as nothing. You understand that? Pow. That's why they can't be on the level of Israel. You understand this? Okay, so go from there. Go to, like I said, there's a lot more I want to get. Ecclesiastes 11 and 1. Wisdom of Solomon 10 and 1. Go to Ecclesiastes 11 and 1.
In the Bible or the Apocrypha?
In the Apocrypha.
Ecclesiastes 11 and verse 1.
Yeah, Ecclesiastes 11 and 1, and then somebody go to Wisdom of Solomon 10 and 1 and 2. Go ahead.
Ecclesiastes 11 and 1.
Right?
Wisdom lifteth up the head of him that is of a low degree.
Of a what?
Low degree.
Adam was where?
Low degree.
He was of the dust of the ground. You understand? So how are we going to lift him up? You got to give him wisdom. That's why brothers don't understand the process. You got to read Ecclesiastes the 6th chapter. If you understand, if you put yourself in her fetters, that wisdom will lift you up. See? But the Most High gave it freely to Adam, though. He was like, he was born with the silver spoon in his mouth. And then what? He messed up. He was a spoiled brat. And he didn't listen. He let Satan play him. He let Satan play Eve. He listened to his woman. You understand? So this is where he fell. Read on.
And maketh him to sit among great men.
Yeah, and that's what the Most High was doing. Wisdom was going to lift Adam up, and he was going to be amongst great men. Go ahead.
Commend not a man for his beauty.
Right. No, I'm sorry. That's it on that. Go to Wisdom of Solomon 10 and 1.
Wisdom of Solomon chapter 10 and verse 1.
Go ahead.
She preserved the firstborn father of the world.
Right. So it's showing you Adam was preserved with what?
Wisdom.
He was preserved with wisdom until he left wisdom. It says if there's a malicious spirit, wisdom will flee. The Holy Spirit will flee. You understand that? Go ahead.
That was created alone.
That was what?
Created alone.
Go ahead.
And brought him out of his fall.
Go ahead.
And gave him power
right.
to rule all things.
I mean, is that not clear? That the wisdom was breathed into him, and that's what he was given to rule. That's what separated him. This is why, hold where you're at. I'm going to throw Audible in there. Go to, what is it, Genesis 5 and 1. This is for everybody that don't know. Y'all already know this scripture.
Genesis chapter 5 and verse 1.
Just read it real quick.
Genesis chapter 5 and verse 1.
Read it.
This is the book of the generations of Adam.
In
the day that the Most High created man.
Right.
In the likeness of the Most High made he him.
Right.
Male and female created he them.
Go ahead.
And blessed them.
Bless them. Bless them.
Bless them.
Con, I'm just slowing you down, bro. He blessed them. Go ahead.
And called their name Adam.
Not too slow, but Con. And called their name Adam. So if you didn't get this from the first class in Genesis, it was a people that were called Adam. He called male and female, the man and the woman, and called their name Adam. So these Adamites were going to have dominion over all the other trees of the garden, over all the other beasts of the field. That's what was going on here. And how it was going to happen? Read Wisdom of Solomon 10 and 2 again.
Wisdom of Solomon chapter 10 and verse 2. And gave him power to rule all things. But when the unrighteous went away.
Right, so we're not going to go there yet. That's for 3. That's for 3. All right, go to Ecclesiastes 17 and 1. Ecclesiastes 17 and 1.
Ecclesiastes chapter 17 and verse 1.
I'm giving y'all scripture after scripture. If y'all didn't believe that Adam was above all people, that he was given power and wisdom in the law, all right? The same laws you got now, right now. He was given those laws, but it was verbal. It wasn't written, okay? And that's what he was supposed to abide by. That what was going to keep him. Go ahead, read that. Go ahead.
Ecclesiastes 17 and 1. The Lord created man of the earth.
He created man of the earth. He took him out of that lower state. Go ahead.
And turned him into it again.
Read.
He gave them few days.
Read.
And a short time. And power also over the things therein.
Right. See, how did he give us the power? He gave us the power through the law, statutes, commandments. Con? Go ahead.
He endowed them with strength.
He endued them with strength. Go ahead.
By themselves.
Go ahead.
And made them according to his image.
Right with Genesis 1. You see that?
Con.
Right with Genesis 1 and Genesis 2. It put both of them in one chapter, right? Go ahead.
And put the fear of man upon all flesh.
Right. You see that? He put the fear. This is why the dinosaurs were more powerful than us. First of all, man was it. There was no 5'4" with a whole 18 feet, 20 feet dinosaur.
Right.
Man was way bigger. Okay, and that's why they're finding the bones of man. They're finding all these giants under the ground. Man was way bigger than you can imagine. Don't listen to what the white man's telling you. There was no way that these animals was going to survive, or we were going to have dominion and fear, and we're 5'4". And you trying to put a Tyrannosaurus Rex in order.
God.
There was no way. The only way you could do that is, listen, if David played with lions, that means David had to be big as hell. and strong. And he was, we know, because he wore a giant's crown on his head. 74-pound crown on his head. He wasn't doing it with a neck like mine. You know what I mean? Imagine if you put something on your head, 74 pounds. Your neck got to be strong. That means David was big.
It's a 10-year-old child.
Yeah, don't let the white man tell you, oh, David looked like he was 5'2". He looked like your ribs height.
Right.
Like, stop it, man. We were bigger. We were way bigger.
That's like Marlon Warlaw on his head. Think about that. That's like a child on his head.
A ball.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So y'all gotta understand that to have dominion, it was with wisdom, but we have power, and yes, throw in there the height and strength that we had. Go ahead.
And put the fear of men upon all flesh.
Go ahead.
And gave him dominion over beasts and fowls.
Go ahead.
They received the use of the 5 operations of the Lord.
Right.
And in the 6th place, he imparted them understanding.
So what y'all not understanding is this. What y'all not understanding is this. There's niggas out there that have the 5 operations. Right. They know how to touch, taste, smell, right? But what do? I don't know what this whole but it is, but I'm gonna lick it anyway.
Right. It's edible.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know, what is this? It's like, turn off the lights. Where it falls at, that's where it stays.
Everything's edible?
Yeah, so when you say, well, yeah, all men got operations, they got the 5 senses, but what do they use them for, and what is a man? They're not men. Those are animals. Listen, we were animals. We are animals. David said it. I was as a beast before you, so I'm not clowning. What I'm saying is, without the wisdom of the Most High, we're nothing. We're beasts. Okay?
Because the wisdom says, touch not, taste not.
There you go.
Yeah, the wisdom goes and tells you, don't eat this, don't touch this.
There you go.
Don't smoke this, don't lick that.
I'm giving you guys a prequel of the 3rd chapter so you can understand the lingo of the Bible. The lingo of the Bible, why he says beasts. Why? Because without the wisdom and knowledge, Adam would be a beast. He would be just like everybody else. It wouldn't separate him. For you to have dominion, that means you were a what? Ruler. A king. Adam was a king. Everybody ain't a ruler. Like everybody that were in David's kingdom, you couldn't say, oh yeah, he had dominion. Who had dominion? David. Solomon, right? Dominion means you're running the earth. Go ahead.
And in the 6th place, he imparted them understanding.
Right.
And in the 7th speech, an interpreter of the consultation thereof.
Right. See, now you're talking about the mind. You're talking about the senses, but you're talking about the mind. He had understanding. We were wise, man. So when they talk about Atlantis, some people say that could have been during the time of Adam. That the technology was so far advanced.
Computers.
Yeah, like that when they talk about Atlantis, they say Atlantis was so far advanced what is now. Yeah, they use it as a story or as a, what did they say? It's a myth. But listen, we know the Bible ain't a myth. We know Adam was wise. We know that if the Egyptians had on their walls things that look like crafts, I mean, then what did Adam have? You see that? What did we know? What's up?
I had a definition of congregation because that hit me. I read this one a long time ago.
Go ahead. What you got?
It says the factuality of thinking.
Right.
It says a thought, design, or plan. It says a concern.
The niggas think? No. They just react. They react like an animal.
We're talking about your cognitive functions?
Yeah, but
Your senses?
with understanding.
Thinking, yeah.
Yeah.
Cognitive thinking. That's
Go ahead. What you got?
But it says a considerate thought or reflection, meditation, or contemplation.
Wait, are niggas considerate?
No. They're very rash. They're gonna say something quick to offend you. You know what I mean? They're gonna say something to be out of order. They don't think. You understand? That's how we were raised, to react. Punch them in the face, then talk later.
Right.
You know what I mean? If you even talk. Shoot them, and then we'll talk about it. Right. You know what I mean? Right? That's how the hood. You're raised in the hood. You're not raised to think. Yeah. Yeah, that's how it is. Go ahead and read. Come on.
Verse 6. Counsel,
right.
And a tongue, and eyes and ears,
right.
And a heart,
read.
Gave he them to understand.
Right.
Withal he filled them with the knowledge.
He filled them with the what?
Knowledge.
Read.
Of understanding.
Read.
And showed them good and evil.
You see? He showed them the law. Now we go back to Cain and Abel, and we understand Cain knew the law. Abel knew the law. Read.
Verse 8. He set his eye upon their hearts, that he might show them the greatness of his works.
This is how close Adam was. Now, once again, that's why he said, I heard your voice in the garden. Why? Because the Most High was talking to him. Right? He knew better. He was like, why are you hiding? He already knew. He showed them. He's walking with them. But that's how close we were to the Most High. You think about, understand this. We were so close to the Most High that we heard as this. You know how you hear those demons? Imagine the Most High speaking to us like that. Right? Then he moved to the what? He said, all right, y'all don't deserve that no more. I'm going to move to the seer, the prophet. I'm only going to come to one man. He moved from that. He moved to the Urim and the Thummim. He was like, all right, y'all got to use the Urim and Thummim. It was like little dice. Like, okay, now I'm going to take that away. He moved that away, right? He dealt with the priest some more. Then he what? He took that away. He was like, remember he would descend on the mercy seat? He took that away. Right? No more fire on the mercy seat. Right? He took all that away and he said, what? Face east. And you face the wall. Yeah, you like, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, right? And you got to hope.
You got to hope that he hears you.
This is what Adam had and he messed up. Go ahead, read.
Verse 8.
Verse
9. And he gave them to glory in his marvelous acts forever.
Go ahead.
That they might declare his works in understanding.
Right.
And the elect shall praise his holy name.
Right. Go ahead.
Beside this, he gave them knowledge.
Right.
And the law of life for inheritance.
Go ahead.
He made an everlasting covenant with them. And showed them his judgments.
Read.
Their eyes saw the majesty of his glory. And their eyes heard his glorious voice.
Right.
And
so y'all get this, right? Okay.
You know what I'm thinking about that?
Yeah.
Whenever, on Black Mirror, whenever Judah had his rib in his mind. It's
Oh,
like
yeah.
the same thing where she's just sitting there talking in his conscience constantly.
That's how the Most High was. All right, go back to Genesis. Genesis 2 and verse 8.
Genesis chapter 2 and verse 8.
Right. So now we're understanding what the breath is. What the earth is. The dust and then the breath. All he's saying is that Adam was taken from a lower state and given wisdom. That's all he's saying. That's all he's saying. Just like Israel, we're taken from the lower state, given the laws, given the Holy Spirit. That was going to put a difference between the clean and the unclean. Right? But we had to do all that because the parable form, right?
Time.
All right, so go back.
Time.
Read.
Genesis chapter 2 and verse 8. And the Lord God planted a garden eastward in Eden.
Right.
And there he put a man.
Right. So Eden, all right, means delight. Aidan means delight. So now, I want you to read it in the Hebrew form. Read it as the definition.
Done.
Read it again.
Done. And the Lord God planted a garden eastward in the light. And there he put the man whom he had formed.
In the light.
The light. I put you in the light.
I put you in the light. Eden means delight. So he put us where the delightful things were.
Delight. Delightful?
Delightful. That's what Eden means. Delight. You understand that? If anybody got a Hebrew app, just go into the concordance. Aidan just means delight. Go ahead.
God. And there he put man whom he had formed.
Right. So what does it mean by delight? Go to Ezekiel 28 verse 13.
You don't know that word?
Oh, pleasure. Yeah. Yeah, pleasure.
I didn't get that on mine. It's garbage.
Oh, you didn't get it on yours? They got a few pleasure.
This says the region of Adam's home, which is world.
Right, yeah, that's definitely not a good one. Right. They got pleasure here. The one I got is delight. Okay? Which makes sense. Well, we're going to find out why it wasn't pleasurable, why it wasn't delight. Well, it's the same thing as the Most High saying a land flowing with milk and honey. Right? Yeah, I mean, are you really thinking milk and honey is like, that's a laxative? Right? But what does he mean by it? Where you can get the best things from, right? I always was like, milk and honey, who's going to drink that? He doesn't mean it like that. Like, yeah, you can get all the best of the land, the sweet. You can get the milk of the land. You can get the cattle that bring forth, you know what I mean, the milk. All those things what made it a land flowing with milk and honey. The things necessary, right? To sustain you above all these other lands, right? That's all he's saying. Well, he's saying that, why did I planted them in a place of delight and of pleasure. That's all he's saying. And it was in the east. It was in the east. All right? It was in the east. We're going to find out. Go ahead.
Ezekiel chapter 28 and verse 13.
Go ahead.
Thou hast been in Eden.
Right. So we're not going to go over this whole context of it. We're just pointing out what was in Eden. Okay? We'll get to this like context of the actual verses when we talk about the 3rd chapter. Okay? Because he's talking to somebody here. But he's pointing out what is in Eden. Go ahead.
The garden of the Most High.
So we're talking about the garden of the Most High. Go ahead.
Every precious stone was thy covering.
So listen, man. Every stone was in this land. And now you understand what a white man, he stays over there in Mesopotamia. He stays in Iraq. He stays all up in there. And why they was over there in the 20s excavating and stealing all the gold, stealing all the Jews, they're still finding stuff in the lands. Still. They're like, I was looking at some the other day, they like found an old, was it crown or something? It's like, there's just stuff that just pop up. And what? We got rights over what we excavate. And they own this. It ain't even theirs. Right?
Gone.
From heathen to heathen, all of everything that's ours is going to them. But we know that when it comes to these precious stones, right? Go ahead.
The sardis.
Right.
Topaz.
Read.
And the diamond.
Right.
The berry.
The beryl.
The beryl. The onyx.
Right. Now these stones were worth more, and you can think about how beautiful the land was. You know, when I read this and when I think about this, I think of that movie, the one's like a half cartoon, half movie.
Oh, you're talking about, oh yeah, Avatar.
Avatar.
Oh yeah, damn.
You know what I mean? When you think about the Garden of Eden, you like the beauty of it. You know, the things that came from it, right? That's what that movie was about. They destroyed the garden. What?
It was an episode on Netflix about they recovered a ship that had all this treasure on it.
Right.
But this dude got it from different areas. But when I say they had gold statues with jewels on it, they had all these different type of, I think it was Egyptian, but still, if the Egyptians had that,
right.
I know we had something times 10.
Right.
Yeah.
They were there getting it first. Right? So you got to think about all these beautiful stones that we looked up to, that we had and we treasured. Right? Now we treasure what? That gold on the rope.
Right.
Go ahead.
And the jasper. And the sapphire. The emerald.
And the emerald. Go ahead.
And the carbuncle.
So you're talking about a land that yields nothing but these best fine rubies, sapphire, all these fine stones, right? Go ahead.
And gold.
Right, and gold. Go ahead.
The workmanship of the.
I mean, y'all see, he didn't even say silver.
God, what is that?
He didn't say none of that. Like, like that wasn't. So you're dealing with a land that was literally flowing with milk and honey. It was the best It was the first of everything, right?
God.
This is where you wanted to be. If you needed it, it was there. Go ahead, finish.
The workmanship of thy tabrets
Uh-huh.
and of thy pipes was prepared in thee in the day that thou was created.
Okay, so go from there. All right, let's go back.
God.
I just wanted to give y'all, because it's going to reiterate it anyway, but just showing you how the scriptures link up. It's going to reiterate about this garden and what was there. Go ahead.
God. Genesis chapter 2 and verse 9.
Uh-huh.
And out of the ground made the Lord God to grow every tree that is pleasant to the sight
Uh-huh.
and good for food.
Right, you see that? It stops. Just to let you know, this tree was separate. These trees were good for food. We read about those trees, right? The herbs, meat, for food, for medicines. It stops. Okay, you can't read this straight through. It stops right there. Go ahead.
The tree of life.
Now, but also, what was in the garden was the what?
The tree of life.
Go ahead.
Also, in the midst of the garden.
Uh-huh.
And the tree of knowledge of good and evil.
Right, because the tree of life, you can get the knowledge of good and evil. You understand? The tree of life, you can get the knowledge of good and evil. Right? Okay. So what?
So the tree of life was both. It was
the tree of life was both.
Okay.
Why? Because even when you get the law, right? Because it says the law is like a tree of life. Right? When you get the law, what do you learn?
Good and evil.
What's bad?
You learn what not to do first before you learn what to do. Right? Yeah. Where you got?
Ecclesiastes 17:7, we just read it.
Uh-huh.
It says, withal, he filled them with the knowledge of understanding and showed them good and evil.
You understand?
Yeah, Ecclesiastes 17 and verse 7.
So,
yeah, damn.
I'm going to try to make this simple and basic, all right?
Please don't, sir.
Go to Revelation 21 and 1. So what was the tree of life? Huh? Well, we know it says it is a tree of life. It's like a tree of life, right? But what was the physical, like when you go back to the garden, what was the physical tree of life?
Revelation chapter 21 and verse 1.
Revelations 22 verse 1.
You said two? Yes, sir.
Revelations 22 verse 1.
Revelation chapter 22 and verse 1.
Uh-huh.
And he showed me a pure river of water.
Right.
Of life.
Right.
Crystal as clear as crystal.
Go ahead.
Proceeding out of the throne.
Stop. Proceeding out of what?
Out of the throne.
Where does God dwell?
On the throne.
Oh,
Isaiah 66 and 1 says what? Get it. Where does God dwell? Well, we know he sits on the throne, but where does he dwell?
Isaiah chapter 66 and verse 1. Thus saith the Lord, the heaven is my throne.
Right.
And the earth is my footstool.
Don't jump back to Revelations 22 and 1. Read it again.
Revelation chapter 22 and verse 1.
Uh-huh.
And he showed me a pure river of water of life.
Right.
Clear as crystal. Proceeding out of the throne of the Most High.
Uh-huh. So
and
this is what he's seeing. He's seeing this pure crystal, right? And he's seeing the throne of the Most High. Where's the throne of the Most High? In the heavens. Go ahead. I don't want to lose you. Go ahead.
Proceeding out of the throne.
So coming out of the throne from the heavens. Go ahead.
Of the Most High.
Uh-huh.
And of the Lamb.
Go ahead.
In the midst of the street.
Read.
Of it.
Right.
And of either side of the river.
Go ahead.
Was there the tree of life.
So he's looking through this crystal. He's looking into heaven, and he's seeing this what did he say?
Tree of life.
The tree of life.
Right. No, he said on either side, it says the river was there, the tree of life. Okay? So remember, this is in the heavens. So the tree of life, the tree of life is when you look up. It's in the heavens. How do we know? It's going to make it clear. Go ahead.
God.
Uh-huh.
Was there the tree of life?
Go ahead.
Which bare 12 manner of fruits.
Go ahead.
And yielding her fruit.
Right.
Every month.
Every what?
Every month.
So every month, I'm not going to use the word they use. They call it the zodiac. We call it the constellations. When you look up into heaven, right? Now, we've been over this in Genesis 1. Right? Are the constellations wicked? Okay. So let's get that out there. The constellation's not wicked. And the fruit that it bears every month is not wicked. What makes it wicked?
The wicked.
When you worship.
When you worship it. Right? But the tree of life was the things that was going to show them every month that was going to bear forth fruit. Do we know how to read that now? Okay, I just wanted to make y'all clear that this fruit it was bearing is what they call the zodiac. But every month it bears what? It's a turning, it's a cycle of in the throne of the Most High of the stars. Read.
Done. And the leaves of the tree were for the healing of the nation.
Right. Now, all right, let's get a little more clear then. Revelations 2 verse 7. Revelations 2 and 7.
Chapter 2 and verse 7.
Uh-huh.
He that hath an ear, let him hear what the Spirit saith unto the churches.
Go ahead.
To him that overcometh will I give to eat of the tree of life.
So we're going to have this part of the tree of life. We're going to have this knowledge, but not what the white man got. Is beyond that. So that's why I said I hate using that word, because what that's a dumbed down word they use. Like when they use zodiac, that's a dumbed down word. That goes into worshiping the stars. That goes into you want to get a book and you want to think about checking on your sign for the month. Esau don't know what the hell they're talking about. We don't know what that knowledge is deep, but we know this, that it bears 12 manner of fruit. It's in the middle of the throne of the Most High, right? It's in the heavens, all right? And it every month it brings forth fruit. Yeah.
When you read in the Josephus,
No. All right, go read that 2 and 7.
God, 2 and verse 7. He that has an ear, let him hear.
Go ahead.
What the Spirit saith unto the churches.
Go ahead. Go ahead, I'm sorry. I knew I should just left it. Go ahead.
To him that slide.
Come on.
I'm going to read it again. Slide.
To him that overcometh.
To him that overcometh will I give to eat of the tree of life.
Right. So we're gonna partake in that. It's nothing wicked or wrong with that. But don't get this misconstrued that these 12 manner of fruit, all right, is anything what the white man is telling you. All right? It bears fruit and is from the Most High. And those things is going to give us understanding in life more than what we have now. Did he not say we're going to eat of the tree of life?
Done.
Okay, all right. Did he not say it was in the throne of the Most High?
Done.
All right, okay. Revelation 2:25. He that has an ear to hear, let him hear. If not, you know what I mean? You will get it sooner or later. Go ahead.
Revelation chapter 2 verse 25.
Uh-huh.
But that which ye have already hold fast till I come.
Uh-huh.
Verse 26. And he that overcometh and keepeth my works.
Right.
Unto the end.
Right.
To him will I give power over the nations.
Right.
Verse 27. And he shall rule them with a rod of iron.
Mm-hmm.
As the vessels of a potter shall they be broken to shit.
Right.
To shiver.
So the reason I went here is so we don't get caught up. We have to understand we got to do our purpose. You understand? I wanted to go over the Genesis, but I didn't want brothers to worry about the tree of life. All right? So we got to keep doing what we're supposed to be doing instead of looking into the heavens. Y'all get that? Because where did Adam fall?
To the dust.
Huh?
To the dust.
Right, he fell to the dust. But how did he fall?
He was looking into things that he shouldn't have been looking into.
That's it. He was dabbling in things. Satan offered him and telling him things that he weren't supposed to get into. Right?
God.
Save it, Doc. Save that, because when we go over the 3rd chapter, all this is going to make more sense. Understanding what Adam started dabbling into and the nations started getting into. Because here's the thing. What do the nations worship? The sun, the moon, the stars, and they made them into idols. Okay? So it's not far-fetched that when they looked into the heavens, they tried to figure out what the heavens were saying. That's not far-fetched. What?
In that documentary, you gotta watch it. There was a they picked up this I guess it was a dial. It was the sun, but it had a black man's face in the middle of it. Oh, it's crazy. Big old like just something that they put in the temple or something like that. But it had a black man's face in the middle of it. But they said that was the sun god. Black man. Crazy.
Yeah, but you know that who started doing that?
The heathens.
Yeah, you got Ham started doing that.
God.
The Ethiopians started doing it. The Babylonians.
God.
All right, so let's jump back. Let's jump back to Genesis.
Done.
I know I could have left those out of there, but you know the thing is this: Revelations tell you it bears manner of fruit every month. What is it that bears manner of fruit every month when we look up into heaven?
Every month there's a new sign.
Every month there's
a new constellation.
There's a new constellation.
New constellation.
So the Most High said, don't worry about that. And going into Genesis 3, he says, don't worry about that, right? Because that's not given to you. So the Most High shut that off. Y'all get that? Now that's why I went over Genesis 1. I was showing you the Bible talks about the constellations. But the problem was we weren't supposed to look to them and worship them and bow down to them. They were supposed to be used for our service. But did it happen that way? No. We got caught up into them and we start bowing them instead of using it for what it was. Oh, how do I get here to here? Well, this is the navigation. This is how we navigate. This is how we make it through there, right? And as you go deeper into that, it would show us other things. Y'all get that? But we didn't do that. We didn't lock into the Most High. We locked into these carnal things. All right. Go back to Genesis.
Genesis.
Wait, what is 10? All right, so we're going to end it there. And then we're going to come back next class and then finish up the 2nd chapter. I didn't want to do that, but...
That's a good place to end, though.
Yeah. I didn't want to do that. But we keep going to at least 11:30, 12 if we can do this. So we just do it. Next time, we got to do it with no questions and just finish it up. All right. So, I mean, did y'all get that? That wasn't too much, was it? Okay. All right.
We ended at what, 8?
Yeah, we ended at verse... we ended at verse 9. All right, then we'll come back in verse 10. So, does anybody got any questions on that so far? Now's the time to ask your questions on that, what we just went over. I try to make it simple. I didn't try to go to Revelations and make you have to reach, but I gave you what the Bible said, right? That we gonna eat of that fruit of the tree of life. You know what I mean? So hopefully y'all get it. What's up?
Well, I was just gonna say, man, like even this class, it's just showing like the Most High's wisdom. Like he made us for a purpose to be on earth and to kind of judge the nations on earth.
Yeah.
But if we wanted to go into in that Ecclesiastes where it said search out for the things that's not too
high for you,
high for you, it's just crazy because like he's that powerful. He has all of this wisdom, all of this stuff planned out, and his universe is like for our minds to reach to that wisdom. Like so, it's so much. It's so much.
You right with that? I was thinking about the other day. I was going over it again about when he said he will plant plant us amongst the stars.
God.
And I'm thinking like, you can't even comprehend that. Like, they can't even reach past a certain level, but you're going to plant us. I was like trying to look at that scripture and like, I was like, dang, is that, am I seeing this wrong? But no, because when you put the precepts together, he says, in my Father's house are many mansions, and I will go prepare a place for you. So think about, like, we're just barely trying to understand what we're dealing with here on earth. Right? But we're going to live beyond this place. We're going to live like the white man is trying to live. He's trying to live Star Trek and beyond. You know what I mean? He's trying to live beyond this. And there is a Star Trek Beyond, but yeah.
That's why when you think about it, he say the New Jerusalem that came down, remember, it filled the whole earth.
Right.
So, you know what I'm saying? And when he talking about planting us amongst stars, it's like how the statue that he gonna have us at, you know what I'm saying? Like how he would, you know, how can I say it, like in this time, like you saying, riding on high. It's not saying like you're gonna be like way up there, but it's just like saying the majesty.
No, you gotta understand. The scriptures say that the chosen shall have everlasting life, right? I mean, you believe that, right?
Yeah.
Everlasting life. It goes back to that Carbon, that Netflix series. Your everlasting life. If you're gonna live forever, then where are you going to go?
It's like you said, we gotta transcend this place.
We
have to transcend earth.
Once again, in my Father's house are many mansions. Yeah. If you don't believe me, I'm going to go prepare a place for you. So how are we going to... He dwells in the fourth dimension. He dwells in the spiritual realm, right? The heavens above the heavens. So, yeah, he's going to plant us amongst the stars. I mean, it goes with the precepts because it ain't earthly. He's not keeping us bound by earthly rules with that precept, because the other precept is showing us, no, I'm going to take you there to where my Father has a place prepared.
But I got to go
there first. And I got to set this up. Yeah, you was going to say something?
Yeah, but remember, like, even in the prayer, when he said that kingdom come,
that will be done.
Right? Mm-hmm. You know, because the kingdom, it is going to be here. You know what I'm saying? Like, his kingdom, it is going to be here.
Right. No.
It's going to be another realm, but it's going to be here.
No, it's going to be here on the earth. No, I'm not we're agreeing about that. Right. The kingdom is on earth as it is in heaven. But I'm talking about what's going to happen to the place. What are we going to be able to achieve to?
We're going to be in our God form.
There you go. We're going to be in our God form. Now, how do the angels move?
All kind of ways.
Exactly. So there you go. So yeah, it's not far-fetched to plant us amongst us. Where the angels at?
In the head.
There you go. What's up?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, like, is it so much wisdom that we could attain from God that is it get to a point, is it wrong wisdom, or is it like we're not ready for that? Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, is there certain things that he just don't want to tell us right now? Or
well, there's certain things right now that you can't even comprehend here on earth. That's why he brings us back down to earth and reminds us, if you can't count the number of the hairs on your head, right, or weight of a flame, like, chill out. Or if you can't teach your rib, or if you can't talk to brothers without getting emotional and getting in your feelings, let's deal with the earthly levels first. So he kind of humbles us for us to check ourselves and say, okay, why am I worried about quasars or this constellation or whatever, when I don't even know how to take care of my household, my family, my wife. But that's the thing. Ye are gods. Right? Ye are gods. But how do we get to that God-like state? It starts with the Holy Spirit. It starts with coming down to earth and dealing with this and getting this. And then we'll be able to what? Judge angels. You ain't going to judge angels if you can't judge just the little things you're dealing with. So you want to make it to this angelic state? Let's first deal with the things that are amongst you. That's the point of the scriptures. So that's how he brings us down. My thoughts are not your thoughts, nor my ways your ways. right? Search out now things too high for thee, right? You know, because like I said, you got brothers that they want to, you know, reach the spiritual plane, so they started doing mushrooms. They started trying to tap into their kundalini. They started trying to decalcify their pineal gland, because they figured that's the way to get to the spirit. You know, because everybody wants to go into Star Trek Beyond, but how did he say we're going to get there? He said, follow me. And in the regeneration, you go get these things. You understand? So, yeah. He does humble us, keep us down. You know, because we get into all this, and then we're like, wow, really, where is this going to go? It's going to go beyond what we can comprehend. That was my point of bringing up Planet Amongst the Stars, that we can't even comprehend what the Most High has in store for us. I mean, that's what he says, right? We can't comprehend it. So, yeah, any other questions, statements, or whatever? Yeah.
It's just, like no eye has seen, no ear has heard.
There you go.
And just to think that, you know, it says that the earth was made for our sakes.
Right.
But going into this, it's like all of creation was made for our sakes.
Right.
It's past just the earth. Like
it's going to be past that. Think about it. Even what we call the universe, that's still us. That's still our level. That's not even the Most High's level. So when you deal with the universe, when these knuckleheads find out about our universe, that they're trying to say they are, right? Let's just give them the benefit. They're trying to find out about our universe. You're only finding out about what you dwell in, right? That's why they're talking about the multiverse.
I was thinking.
They're talking about the multiverse because they want to find out what's after this.
It's probably 12 multiverses.
Once again, we start getting into that talk. You can go into quasar talk. You know what I mean? So you can go into guessing, but or the white man, we can talk smart and act like we're hypothesizing, right? But they don't know. We do know, though. In my Father's house there are many mansions, right? He said, I dwell in the heavens, above the heavens, above the heavens. Right? So, yeah, what's up?
Oh, no, it said it in Chronicles. It says the heavens of the heavens cannot contain the Most High. So,
yeah,
he's beyond our comprehension.
Yeah. Anyway, any other questions? Nothing? Anything online? All right, so next time we'll come back and we'll do Genesis 2 and 9 and finish up the chapter. If that's it, if nobody has any questions, let's go ahead and conclude class. Nothing online. All right, salute them. Say shalom, y'all.
Shalom.
We'll see y'all next class.